Good, you're already in the mood for this.
That's not what. That's not how this works.
That's exactly how this works. Can I say
This is
so?
not how this works. I have watched all 5 videos. This is not how this works.
Prepare to get spoopy.
I call nonsense.
Oh my god. Worry about it.
I did start streaming on my end.
I did see that.
Probably give some context a little bit on players at the current state of things with the factor of, due to real life situations, one of our players can't make it anymore, so
Yeah.
he's, sort of out of the game in the sense of he can't really make it due to job.
Big sad.
Yep. It is sad, it is unfortunate, but we have brought in new friend.
Ready,
As ready
check,
as
bitches,
we'll
let's
ever
do.
be, I guess.
Alright. Yeah, Ready's from Oblivion, and I think that was one from Kurokuma. Agent, you ready?
I smell pancakes.
That's
Sounds
the
like
yes
I-
in his language.
I'll take that as a yes for now. Ogies, you ready?
Yeah?
Alright.
Want to do a
Who-
recap?
I was about to say, who wants to do the honor of doing today's recap?
Let's see.
Roads.
I'm guessing we're starting off on Monday.
Yeah, we'll do just the next day, considering you guys are currently in the midst of something that needs immediate attention.
On a time crunch.
Mm.
Um,
Gotta get through this plot.
so we kind of messed around with Miss God, what's her name? Eleanor
Rigby.
Rigby.
Eleanor Rigby. And we learned a few things in that regard. Also, with the church guy being suspicious and stuff.
Father Mackenzie.
Yeah, Father Mackenzie. Things kind of occurred. Kelly got possessed for a short second or two while heading home. And Mr. DM here waited until everybody left and
Tried to pull a fast one.
you springed on to something onto Kelly. Fucking dream state. Kelly had gotten a dream. Do you want to go repeating?
You're the one doing the recap. I wouldn't take it away from you.
Okay. Kelly had a really odd dream. The night. And it was basically her somehow being large in size. She felt like she was hovering over the town, yet her feet were still planted on the ground. She saw the mountainside crumble into a giant hole, with, as the dust cleared, yellow piercing eyes were looking at her. And it only asked a question. That question she heard was, "Who are you?" And that's when Kelly woke up.
Alright.
Yeah, we messed around with Eleanor Rigby and Father Mackenzie for a little bit and stuff like that. We're planning on going to the mountain, but someone forgot it was Sunday.
Yep, you guys got school in the morning. I mean, you can always play hooky, but you might get in trouble.
I was gonna say you could just skip school. It's been done before.
Question is, are you horrible children who are going to skip school to save the town?
Depends on the situation.
Or are you good, abiding children who are going to let the town fall apart, but you did go to class and learn more about fungus?
Mushrooms.
Decisions.
Mushrooms.
Well, we don't know about that because the only person with the information is Allison at the moment on the Mountain
Yeah.
Song.
True. Well, anyways.
Thought
Kelly-
I explained that to everyone.
No, Kelly and Trev. You met with Craig at the end, away from
Yeah.
Kelly and Trevor.
Then you
after
collapsed
you
on
went
the
home.
floor. Then you
Oh
collapsed
yeah,
on the
sleep
floor.
time. So
Yeah.
very accurate to earlier today, actually.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So, it is morning. Who would like to wake up first and talk about what your morning is like?
I'll wait for the last on my end.
All right.
Is voting the newbie an option?
What? Wait, what?
If you want.
Don't
Kuma.
throw me under the bus. Don't throw me under the bus.
Kuma, what's your
I'm
morning
sure
like?
under the bus.
Well, you
Fine.
wake up, you eat something probably.
I mean,
Figure out what you're gonna do for the day.
so I guess Riley wakes up, undoes the sleeping bag, kind of just looks around his room. The basement is not especially cold today, but that's probably due to the weather. He kind of he looks at the stacks of books, trying to remember which ones need to go back to the library. Finds a few, sets down the sleeping bag, and then decides whether or not he should eat today or later. Thinks better of it. Probably should eat before going out, knowing that he's probably going to be moody. So goes towards the cellar door, opens it up, and goes outside, and kind of just sprints across the residence tree and tries to find the forest, or takes sprinting, walking, fast walking, however you want to go for it. It makes
Yeah.
his way towards the forest.
Yeah, because your place is kind of near the edge of town, it's easy enough to just walk straight into the forest.
Yep. So just find Riley walking around in the forest looking for food.
All right.
That'll be my end for right now.
Yeah, so you'll do that for like an hour or so, and
Yeah.
we'll catch up with you in a bit.
Yep.
Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I guess we'll get mine out of the way. Just gonna do the big wake up on the floor. Yeah. Forget, did I? No, that was before that I got shit thrown on me. Right.
Oh.
Quickly shower. Get ready to get dressed, and I guess a similar outfit to what I always do, considering I don't have much in variety. I head down for breakfast. Say morning to parents if they're there. Assuming they are, because it is fairly early in the morning.
Yeah, they'd both be hanging out.
Probably ask, hey, William?
Yeah?
Have you heard anything strange around the woods recently?
Not much.
Hear anyone in the shop say anything?
I mean, there's been rumors that there's not much game higher up the mountain, so everyone's been moving, a bit further down the mountain to try and find, things to hunt.
Any wildlife still around up there? Or is it just kind of barren?
I mean, no one's really saying that they've seen any, but I mean, there's always probably a squirrel or two that goes unseen.
Okay. I get the feeling something odd's going on around up there, if that's the case. Just keeping it to the ground and your eyes sharp, I guess?
Right.
Then just finish my breakfast, say I'm off to school, wish him a good day and the such, and then go get the bike and go to school.
Alright.
After having collected my items, of course.
Well, yes, after you make sure you have your stuff.
I go get, I guess then.
Yep.
Trevor literally rolls and ends up accidentally falling out of bed, I guess, to wake up, because why not? Gets up and gets dressed, taking like a good 2 minutes to decide on one of like the 20 band shirts he has, because fuck it. Heads downstairs and quickly fixes himself some toast. Says hi to his mom on the way out. She's getting ready for the store and such.
Sounds good. She says hi back. It's Monday. She's not super enthusiastic, but it's just how Mondays are.
Everyone my family hates Mondays.
Yep.
And because of that, she takes his sweet time making it to the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it's my turn?
Yep. Everyone else has gone.
Okay, I just got my chicken, so.
Yeah.
Kelly, waking up from the weird dream she had gotten, kind of jolts out of bed and actually stumbling to her journal to like draw down the dream she had, just to have that fresh in her head. She's slightly unnerved by the factor of this dream being so weird compared to the others that she was told about from Trevor and Allison. But she knows the connections are there, seeing how the yellow eyes kept on appearing. And her last night possession did not sit too well either. She gets her clothes on. No, kind of a normalish hoodie. Well, not hoodie, but sweater. This time her hand, it's not overlapping her hands this time. Though she does grab her gloves and put them on. And as she heads, after getting some breakfast, she heads downstairs. Says hi to her mom, and actually, before she heads out, she kind of stops and looks back and says, "Hey, Ma, I'm gonna visit Mr. Henderson before heading to school. If you get any tardy or not showing up replies on the factor I'm not at school, best guess is I got stuck in one of his stories again."
She's like, oh, yeah, sure. Just make sure you get to school on time.
I'll try to. No guarantees with Mr. Henderson, though.
Of course.
Oh, that's good.
And, Kelly actually, after looking across the street and such, she'll actually head over to Mr. Henderson's house. Anything weird going on with his house this time? Or is it just normal?
Well, currently, there is a measuring stick planted out in the yard.
Okay.
To be more exact, there are several. There's one along the hedge line that stops a little bit above where the hedges end. There's one up along the outside of the house that kind of goes up to the chimney and then a little bit past. Very, very long measuring stick. And there's some official-looking person from town hall, probably an intern, walking around with a clipboard, keeping track, writing down all these measurements, and seeming very annoyed by the whole situation.
Is everything okay?
You're asking the intern?
Yeah.
He looks over at you, he's like, official town hall business, please go about your day. Just goes
Okay.
back to writing down numbers.
Kelly goes up to the front door and knocks on it.
You hear some footsteps from inside, and then as the doors creaking open, not slowly, but not exactly quickly either. You can hear him on the other side. You can hear Mr. Henderson on the other side saying, "Are you nearly done? Oh, Kelly, it's you. Welcome.
Hey. I thought
Don't mind the intern and the yardsticks. Mayor's trying to have at me again, this time by saying that hedges can only be some such number of feet off the ground, and chimneys can only be so much high up, and so on and so forth. So I've put measuring sticks so he can come and check for himself, and apparently the man's too busy to do his own measuring, and sent this poor young man over here to do it for him.
I thought I could stop by before heading to school.
Of course, come on in.
Kelly walks on in to his
Yeah.
maddening house. What the fuck?
He leaves the door partially open, just to let some breeze in. Currently the interior of the house, there's a staircase to the right that probably leads up to the second floor. There's a staircase to the left that probably leads to the basement. There's an opening down the hallway on the left that looks like it might be a living room or a study, and it looks like there's a kitchen at the end of the hall, and there's also a little place to like put your shoes and your coat and such.
Kelly kind of keeps them on because she knows she's going to be ending up at school anyway.
Mr. Henderson himself is currently wearing something somewhere between a bathrobe and a smoking jacket, which is, say, a bathrobe but not nearly as fluffy. And is wearing just some very basic slippers with a little, like, family crest on them for some odd reason. It's really not a place you normally see a family crest, but there it is.
But I thought I would stop by and such. Just, I don't know why. Just have a lot of stuff on my mind this time around.
Well, it's alright, Kelly. You're always welcome to come by. I appreciate the company. I only ever get around to the school once a week.
That's true. It's I've been sorry I haven't been stopping by too much. Been interacting with some friends. Though we kind of got caught up with some, you could say, interesting mysteries in the sense of surrounding the town.
Yes. I remember when I was a boy and I went around looking for trolls under every bridge near town.
Yeah, I don't think we're quite looking for trolls. Maybe. Truthfully, I don't know. But we've been getting some weird stuff going on.
I'd love to hear about it, and I can try to offer some insight.
Okay. I mean, truthfully, this stuff sounds like crazy stuff that I know either people would see as very imaginative or just straight up loony.
Well, I'd love to hear about it all the more, he says, as you watch him go up to a suit of armor that's kind of just, there. This suit of armor is holding a platter, and there's a coffee mug or two on said platter. He takes a mug, reaches up, opens the visor of the helmet, and there's a little spout. And he puts the mug up to the spout, and it starts filling with a sort of dark, brownish, sweet-smelling drink. Then he takes the mug away, gives it a quick sip. He's like, "Ooh, still hot. Do you want some hot chocolate?"
A small one, but not big one, because I know I'm not gonna finish, because school.
All right. You see him reach for the other equally sized mug of hot chocolate on the platter, but then he seems to grab something on the other side of it and pulls out a smaller mug, and then fills that and hands it to you.
Kelly accepts it. So there's been two things. Well, technically, actually a lot of things. One, where to start? Actually, good lord. Like, this has been going on for I think like a month or two now, on weirdness scale. Let's see. There was an incident at school with a really odd rock that people kind of craved for and stuff like that. Even started fighting each other. It even left a weird mark and seemed to drain people if they held on to it long enough. I doodled that up in my journal. Kelly takes a sip. That's also when Allison started telling me about the weird dreams with glowing yellow eyes. experienced a shadow boxer, which broke Allison's nose at one point. There's Eleanor Rigby and their connection with Father Mackenzie. Apparently, the mountain tased another friend, and then Allison and Trevor, two of my friends, both got in weird dreams that night. Again, involving glowing yellow eyes. And Kelly kind of becomes a little hesitant. Last
Let's
night.
see. So an odd rock
Mm-hmm.
kind of reminds me of that marathon incident a couple of years back.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yes. The mountain is electrifying people, despite there having been no lightning for, well, quite a few months now, in fact. Longer back than it seems your story is.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice that there was an odd fog around the edge of the town around Halloween, so
Oh, that was the myth, but those are like buffalo-looking figures. They give you
I
some
was about
bad
to say
news.
that. I was about to say that one did seem to line up a bit.
That one gave a bad hallucination. If you kind of go into them, don't suggest doing so.
Very well. Then the odd dreams and the yellow eyes. Can't say for certain anything about that. I'm
Well,
sure that electricity isn't just being spontaneously thrown out by the mountain, though. It has to have a source of some kind, and if it's not a
yeah.
lightning storm, then who knows?
Well, when Trevor was mentioning his encounter with being tased, he did say about a kind of like a musical presence in the sense of things with the mountain.
Hmm.
But last night, it had gotten pretty weird for me in the sense of things, cause seems like something was controlling, like puppeteering me in the sense of things. Like Trevor said, my eyes glowed yellow, and I was in a placement of where I was watching, but I wasn't able to do anything. In the back of my own head, sort of situation. It was weird, and it just like a different voice came out, and I wasn't controlling myself. And it doesn't help the dream I had this morning didn't help things either because yes, the preceding yellow eyes showed up again, but this time it was all different than what Trevor or Allison had. Trevor's and Allison's were kind of consistent with the factor of they were normal height in the woods. And they would encounter the glowing eyes in some regard. And it would, with Trevor, he hadn't heard anything, but with Allison, seems like some rumors, like the thing was sort of talking to her, but it was kind of innocent of warnings. First dream, it was about not staying in the dream too long. The second was basically her asking a figure that she knew if it was them, and it responded with a no. But my dream was off, per se. For one, I wasn't scaled down to a normal height. I was a giant, apparently. Yet, I felt floaty. Two, it asked a question on who I was. And that's really concerning in the sense of things for me, because that's really out of the loop compared to the other two.
Well, surely these things must mean something.
Yeah.
The thing is, are you willing to dive ever further to try and find those answers?
I mean, I've gotten this far. I may be concerned, but I'm still curious.
Well, by all means. I'm not sure this old sport can do you much good, but
Mm, Truthfully, it was
sometime my best advice would simply be that sometimes the answer is to head further into the storm. There's only so much you can learn just from observing it.
yeah. And hey, it might tell me a little bit on my Days Out episodes.
Perhaps. Just make sure to be careful. Keep some friends by your side.
Okay. Kelly finished up her little drink and kind of looks for a place to place it down at.
By this point, you two would have seemingly just kind of migrated into the sitting room and such. Because, I mean, he's not just going to stand in the front hallway this entire time.
Yeah.
He pushes. He reaches out with one of his like slippered feet and pushes a little ottoman on wheels over to you.
Kelly places it down. The drink down. I am keeping friends close. I mean, there's Allison and Trevor, and they seem like really good friends.
That's good then.
I am concerned about Ted, though, a little bit, here and there.
The inventor's boy.
Yeah. Didn't have a too well of a situation that happened on Saturday. When we went to visit. We tried avoiding the weasel guys because we made a mistake of interacting with them. And they think we have association with Ted, which we kind of do, kind of don't, in the sense of we do talk now and again, but not too often. And
Well,
so
hopefully that'll work out. He'd be certainly a good addition to any team trying to solve mysteries around this town.
Yeah. Though he seems, I don't know.
I'm sure you'll figure something out. I shouldn't keep you any longer. I'll see you Thursday, if not sooner.
Okay. Kelly heads to the door. Well, see you Rob.
So long, Kelly. Stay safe.
I will. And with that, Kelly walks to school.
So Kelly makes it to school.
Mhm.
Uh,
Are you guys going to be pushing your character slots to the school as well?
yes, make sure to move yourselves around town as you move.
Also, where's Rylie?
I exist within the tree line.
He's
I am
out in the
Rainbow.
forest. He's out in the forest somewhere. Apparently.
Pulling a rainbow.
He's out in Vietnam.
Them damn squirrels won't know what hit them.
Please
He's
tell
out
me you have a
waging a
slingshot.
one-man war against forest-bound rodents.
Please tell me you have a slingshot.
I cannot confirm nor deny. That is up to the DM.
Goddamn hero.
I would say you don't have one, but it wouldn't be a very difficult tinker roll to make one.
No, I'm doing this with my bare hands.
Oh my god.
Tinker doesn't require tools. Tools just help. But if you're just saying that as in you don't want to have a slingshot, that's fine too.
Yes, I will not have a slingshot for this.
Alright. Well, he's out hunting, I guess. We're going to say that enough time has passed and you've managed to attain breakfast of some sort.
Hell yeah, dead squirrel.
Sure.
I'm gonna oh fuck. Did Trevor go?
Trevor's gone. Trevor's
Okay.
gone. Trevor took the bus and has gone to school. Everyone's at school.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay.
They have school. It's Monday.
Yes.
You have had breakfast. What is your next? What next for the day?
We'll need to go back into the basement and probably grab the books, so I may go to the library and return them and get new books. So I
Pick
will
up your
most likely,
books.
yeah, make my way down the
Like a little-
library.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Place my thing at the library.
I enter the library and kind of just look around before finding the return bin and just kind of place the books there. I look.
You
Do I
get it.
see any?
I mean, you see a few people who are just kind of like watching you because they don't know you and they don't understand your ways. But I mean, you just kind of hear every now and again, so they've kind of gotten used to you.
They judge me just by looking at me? Damn. All right.
I mean, people are known to do that.
Damn. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go kind of wander the shelves looking for books, seeing if anything pops into view. Anything catches the eye.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
Uh, word books, like basic language books,
Hmm.
and understanding syllables.
I'd say you could find those pretty easily in like a English or literature section.
All right. I find a few that kind of just pique my interest, mainly because they're brightly colored and a few of them have animals on them, and kind of go back to the checkout desk.
What is up with this character, Kuma?
Don't ask questions.
He likes books.
I like books. Go up to the. I feel it. I feel like there's a librarian somewhere, or I just scan these out myself. I'm not sure.
You go up to the old librarian lady who's very stereotypical in working the desk.
I place the
Very
books.
generic.
Very generic librarian. Okay, I place the books on the shelf, and Rylie simply states, "I'd like to check out, please."
She kind of adjusts her glasses and look over the books. Yes. Here you go. Scan. Do you have your library card?
I do have card, and just I kind
Alright.
of just rumble through my sweatshirt pockets and gently pull it out, and it's just a little smudged and a little dirty, but
Like,
well loved.
This will do. This will do. She scans it. It's like, all right. Just make sure they're due back in a week.
Thank you. I
Mhm.
take the book in my arms and I start
Have a
heading
good
down the
day,
library.
dearie.
Thank you, ma'am. And I just start walking back towards home. Generally wandering around, walking by the school.
It is a
Um,
work day, by the way.
Shh, it's true.
It's Monday.
So I just walk down the sidewalk, just looking at the town, trying not to cause any ruckus, I guess.
Trying to be not suspicious.
Not suspicious. So I'll walk by the school. Do I see anything by the school, I guess?
You see kids milling about. Because class hasn't started yet, but everyone has gotten to the school by this time.
Hmm.
Move your little dude over. Pop.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was such a long walk.
Oh yeah. Had to go by one house.
One
A large house, but one house.
one whole house.
One whole
Hmm.
house.
Do I want to just mill around here and just people watch, or do I want to go? You know what? We're gonna people watch. I'm gonna just like find a bench, like keep the books by me, and just read. But then every now and then just watch the kids mill around. That's it. That's my turn, I guess.
All right. So the rest of you have arrived at school and have been here a little bit by now. Allison's already like locked up her bike and all that.
Kelly kind of like firstly kind of looks around to see if she can spot like either Trevor or Allison.
You saw Trevor step off the bus like just a little bit ago, and you can see Allison having just put the keys for the lock away. Let's say. Unless either of you want to do your own thing, I'm just offering.
That's fun.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty much just got off the bus.
Yeah.
I
Just offering
stabbed Trevor in the
basic.
throat.
No.
Oh, fuck.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn, violent right off the bat.
I'm kidding. Sorry, I had to make the joke of murdering someone once. Come on.
This is true.
And Kelly runs over to Allison and it's like, sh- clearly Kelly wants to say what the fuck happened, but she doesn't know how to fucking word things at the current state of things because she's still trying to wrap things up in her own head.
Hmm.
So she's like, hey Allison.
So we got an issue.
What's the issue?
Mountain Song's gotten closer. A lot closer.
The thing that tastes Trevor.
What about me?
I'm talking about the birds and the bees. Yes, I'm talking about the thing that tastes Trevor.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, great. This is what I walked over to. Lovely.
Yes, there, Taser Blockhead.
Anyway, what about it?
It's gotten a lot closer. Like, home close for me.
Oh.
Damn.
Also, weird stuff happened with me. Trevor was there for one of these weird things.
It's a weird one, alright.
Was it the Shadow Boxer?
No.
Okay. What was it this time?
I got possessed.
Oh, that's... Wait, what?
Yeah.
Just immediately head tilt, one eye half closed, the other eyebrow cork up with the immediate confusion.
Charles kind of like saw it as well.
Yep.
I was walking home with him for a little bit, and I commented how I jokingly built up some electrostatic from earlier in the day, and I thought it'd be fun to poke his elbow, and apparently something else occurred. My eyes, from what he said, points over to Trevor. My eyes went yellow, and my voice went different.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Have you been haunting me in my nightmares?
What?
Damn.
Repeat that?
I said, have you been haunting me in my nightmares then?
No! Truthfully, I've gotten a weird dream this morning.
Oh, lovely.
This one's weirder than both of your guys's, because while your guys's is normal human height, I was apparently a fucking giant. Like, I was like bigger than the town in size, and I saw the mountain crumble, and guess what I saw within a giant, massive, gaping hole that used to be the mountain? Yellow eyes. And it asked who I was.
Got it. So we're still going to the mountain tonight, right?
Seeing how that's spreading, yeah.
Or do we want to go earlier? But we'd have to flunk school, which I don't think is a good thing.
Well, I told my mom that if I was missing, I would have been at Mr. Henderson's place.
Yeah, I just cause trouble wherever I go usually, so...
So, I do have a little bit of a backstory in the sense of, if Mom gets any tardy or not showing up things, her best guess is I got caught up in Mr. Henderson's stories.
So what's the plan? Go to class or go to the mountain?
Fuck it, it's Monday. Let's go to the mountain.
Alright, mountain time, let's go.
All right.
Okay.
You're a bunch of horrible children, but good people.
Wow. Judgment.
I was going to say something a little mean either way, of course. So
Oof.
nothing lost. Wow, not saving the town, rude. Wow, not going to class, oh horrible. Oh.
Just a
Hey,
horrible
at least
citizen.
Kelly has an excuse in the sense of telling her mom
Yes.
just like. I'm sure
Your
Mr.
mother-
Henderson.
Your mother might get a call saying, "Hey, your kid showed up late or not at all to school today," and it's like, "Oh yes, I know, and she won't really berate you about it because she knows Henderson's a trustworthy individual and probably taught you something important anyways. So
Yeah.
whatever.
The
so
American education system.
so Kelly got away with this.
Kelly gets away with this. Like she's in the clear. Allison and Trevor, we'll see.
We'll see how much trouble we get in. Depends on which one of my parents gets called.
uh,
All right.
actually, Kelly looks around a little bit.
All right.
Does she see? Does she see Riley?
Does she?
Give me. I'm not sure if I want to make it a comprehend or an investigate.
I mean, she's not. I mean,
Let's go with investigate, because
yeah.
you're looking for the thing that doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
The
The
fuck?
thing that is not normally here. You spot a large fellow, a tall fellow.
Well, he's the same height as. I thought he was the same height as Trevor.
Yeah, we adjusted it to 5'3", so.
Oh, okay. I didn't real. It still
Then
says on your sheet that you're 5'10".
I have to adjust. I totally forgot to
Please,
adjust.
please do that then, so I know.
I will adjust it. Let me. There you go. Just keep going with your thingy, I guess.
All right. You notice a kid who does not go here as far as you know. Like you've never seen them in the lunchroom, at recess, in any of your classes. He's clearly a kid, but as far as you know, he does not go to school, and that's weird, especially for such a small town. Every kid is supposed to go to school, but this one, where has he been?
Question.
Wendigo?
Kelly just looks at Riley and just like, "Hey, Trevor, Allison,
So,
have you seen that kid before?"
nope.
Nope.
I don't pay attention to half this school, so hell if I know.
Want to say hi to them?
Meh.
You wanna go to the mountain with us?
I mean, if you want to bring him along.
No, I'm saying that to him.
No, we're away from him. Do we walk up first?
Here, 1 second. I'll move to the school map just so we can use the outside of it. Just so we can be around the outskirts. All right, so
Oh, there we go.
Allison was over by the biker. Let's move you down one. Trevor came from the bus, so he'd be over there probably.
Fuck out. There we go.
Kelly got here a little bit ago, so let's go over here.
Yeah.
And there's Riley. He can be hanging out just by the grass
Where do you keep your benches?
near the wheelchair ramp.
Oh, damn.
I mean, we could see him.
Eh, nothing said, nothing gained. I'm just gonna go and poke Riley if he doesn't see us or isn't paying attention to us.
Kel-
It's a very, very long poke. Damn.
Yeah, I'm walking over.
Oh. Riley would just be like reading his books. I mean,
I gotta zoom out a little.
I don't know if you need to do a roll to see that they're kids' books, but he's just reading. He's really into his books. I mean, every now and then he'll look up and like see the kids going by and just kind of looking at them and observing, but he'll just
Kelly
go right
kind
back
of
to his
follows along
books.
in the sense of things.
I kind of walk over and try and poke him.
Just lingering behind because like I don't give a fuck.
When you poke Riley, he just like, what? He'd look up at you and like tilt his head, one eye, just like that confused look, and he'll just look at you silently.
You don't go to school here, do you?
School? What is that?
That's this building. You want to go to a mountain with us?
Who are you?
Alice and Denise.
I'm Kelly. Kelly Hall.
Hmm. Colored lady.
What is that noise?
That was me suppressing laughter at him just going, color lady.
That could sound racist.
God damn it.
I didn't mean it like that. Don't come at
I
me.
know you didn't.
Don't come at me with the racist card.
And this person, she points to Trevor,
Hi.
is Trevor.
Also known as Blockhead.
Head up.
What? He kind of just look at his book, flip through the pages a little bit, and then after success, his eyes glow when he finds something. He look back up and just say, "Blockhead."
Just has the
Great.
Just a smug grin.
I'm just gonna remain silent and let this play out for another like minute or two.
Just gonna look over to Trevor, just a smug ass grin.
Glare.
Dab. No, not really.
Got
Where do you live?
Not from here. Live. He kind of look away, kind of wondering if he should say what he knows, or say what or say what he tell the truth, or just kind of just dodge the question.
Uma, just you do remember where your house is, yes?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Just in case you wanted to give like a general direction as part of that whole thing you were doing just there.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
In the future, I'll most likely be brain dead and fucking forget. But I generally
Yeah,
know where it is.
you're always free to ask, and I'll remind you of what you and
If
you
me, I
slash
can
your character
update
would
the
know.
I can update the drawing.
No, it should be fine. Live near church. Live very near church.
Okay.
He lives on the north end of town.
Me, Allison, and Trevor are gonna be heading up to the mountain area because some strange stuff's been going down. Do you want to come along?
He'd look through his book again, flip through pages, and then find what he was looking for again, look up and say, yes. But do flip through page. Something first. If flip through another page. Okay.
Sure. What
Looks
do you...
at his watch. Let's go do it.
Oh my god.
Sarcasm of the sleepy Allison. Because sleeping on floor is not good.
Sure. What do you need to do?
He'd look at his stack of books and then hold it up, and then kind of like proudly say, return books at home.
Okay.
Then go. Not want to take books with me.
Okay. We can actually stop by there then. Seeing how we're going up there to the mountain.
Yay. He'd like,
Kurokuma.
what? I'm trying my best here. Is it the English? Is it bad?
No, it's the fact that you found a perfectly logical and reasonable way to subvert my plans.
Subvert
So I
your
can't argue it because it makes sense, and at this point, it would make less sense any way I could think of to try and fix it. So you know what? This is happening now rather than later.
What?
You bastard.
I didn't mean to.
I'm sure you didn't, but here we are. Go on, go visit his. Wait, actually, no. I need to switch you guys back to the town map.
We can quickly
I'm
stop by his
sorry.
house.
I'm sorry. Respawn.
Fine. It's
No,
fine.
I feel bad now.
No,
That's it.
this
I'm
is
ditching
exactly
them.
how these things are. This is exactly how D&D always plays out. You
I'm
come up
gonna
with some
ditch the new
secret.
friends I made.
You come up with some good secret plans, and then the players accidentally just solve them immediately.
It's
That's
almost
it.
like it's the party's. It's almost like it's the party's goal to fuck over the DM at every turn.
I know, right?
That's it.
Every
Suddenly
game,
ditching
every
my
anyone has
friends.
ever played in.
Ditching the new
All
people I met to drop the books off.
No, it's fine. All right. So you remember where your house is, yes? Like the exact square-ish or whatever it's supposed to be in.
No, not the exact square, but I know it's near. It's very much. It's next to the church. Generally speaking.
Go ahead and you guys can all move your tokens. I'm just gonna watch this for now. I'll chime in when I need
Wait.
to. I'll chime in when I need to. You guys just go on and walk around. Yeah, we're just right over there is where the house.
Oh my god!
You guys go ahead and talk as you walk and all that fun stuff.
I forget. Did we already ask his name?
No.
I
No.
don't believe
You've
you
just been
did.
talking. You've been talking to by the idea that it is random bandana kid.
So what's your name, Rambo?
Rylie. My
Rylie.
name is Rylie.
What's your last name?
Rylie Mackenzie.
Mackenzie? Huh?
Head tilt.
Wait.
As
Are you the son of Father Mackenzie?
he tilts his head and just look a little bit.
Just gonna slightly look to Kelly as we walk now.
Kelly just has this like, what? Look to her face. Okay then.
Rylie would kind of hold his books tighter and look down, feeling like he was being judged.
Okay.
Last name bad?
We've been kind of trying to figure out some stuff within this town, and there's a person named Father Mackenzie, and he's kind of got caught up into this big mystery. Actually, we didn't know there was anyone with the same last name as him. He's not bad. It's just the mystery he got caught in.
Yeah. Okay.
Riley, do you like mystery books? Does this sound like fun times to you? I just feel like asking, considering your character and all.
Who are you again? Is God speaking? God, is that you?
I'm asking you as the DM to you, Kuma. Would Riley like mystery books? Has he read any?
Riley is not picky about books, but he's gonna be focused on what he's reading now for a reason.
Fair enough. I figured I'd ask just in case this somehow influenced his personality. It's like, oh, a mystery. Oh boy. So yeah, you guys continue. I've said my piece here for the moment.
You guys live around here?
Yeah. Well, mine's over by, my home's within a store, so I'm more south from here.
I live up in the woods near the fire watchtower.
We've already passed my house.
Oh,
I get the feeling he's gonna become a DJ when he's older.
DJ?
Tempting.
It's a person who plays music.
Oh. Interesting. DJ man play music now? Or when home?
Yes.
Whatever
Rylie would
that
just-
means.
Rylie would just look confused at Trevor, and then just kind of like shrug the best way he can, and just continue walking, trying to contemplate that answer the best he can.
Technically not a wrong statement. He could play it now, or he could play it when he's home.
That's true.
Kelly, as the guys are talking and Kelly's following, she's kind of glancing down at her hand now and again. And still remembering from last night's incident.
Hmm.
Something wrong, color girl?
Oh, some weird stuff been going on. And I'm slightly curious and tempted to do something, but I'm not too sure if I want to execute it.
Thing that happened bad or good?
Don't really know. Um, hey Allison, can I try something?
What do we try?
Well, seeing how what happened last night happened when I poked Ted, she takes off one of her gloves. I want to see if it gets triggered again.
Wait, what do we try?
The
Rylie
visit.
would just look confused, but just excited to see something happening.
Riley's just enthusiastic about having friends.
Friends!
So, how I mentioned how I got possessed.
Refraining from saying "Hail Satan." I just kind of keep looking at her while we walk.
Because, what happened last night kind of. I mean, I did try poking Trevor again afterwards, but nothing occurred. But I'm curious if it gets triggered. Because you have gotten the weird dreams as well. From Mr. Glowy Yellow Eyes figure. So, I'm curious if it would get triggered again if I actually physically touched, like, poke you or something.
Rylie would look to Trevor and just try to poke him just to see if anything would happen. Just absent-mindedly curious and not even aware, just like poke. Trevor doesn't mind at all. Damn.
Just like, I
Are you good with this, Allison?
As long as I don't end up floating in the sky.
I think I'm probably gonna get affected more than you, seeing how last night went.
And I'm personally okay with this.
Okay.
Allison B. Bird?
I eat birds.
Food.
It tastes like
Kelly
chicken.
kind of just pokes Allison's hand.
Nothing happens.
Okay!
I can hear
Okay!
you giggling.
I've been sitting here for like 3 to 5 minutes just waiting to tell you that nothing was going to happen.
I'm sorry! I'm
No,
sorry!
it's fine. This is how the game is played.
Let's throw a rock at it.
You're not tossing rock at me.
Having a little giggle fit of my own, trying to not have to mute myself, waiting for things to play out however they're gonna play out. It's a game where I'm the only one who knows the rules, and I have to wait for you guys to try things so I can tell you what happens or not.
Okay, with that,
Anyway,
Kelly,
we'll say by this point you guys get to Riley's place. and it looks very familiar for some odd reason. I'm sure you
Oh.
can guess why.
Let's
Here-
see. Church or basically the nun's house.
Riley
Or-
made it. Is home.
Wait.
Wait, is it the vacant lot in between the church and Rigby's house?
No! It's Rigby's house!
It is Rigby. Yes, Riley has led you guys to Eleanor Rigby's house. Though he would not be going up to the front gate.
Riley
Oh.
going to drop off books and then come back.
Okay.
If you want to come with, you can. Just we have to be quiet. Mama's not happy.
Oh.
Boy, that was more
No.
ominous than anything I could have scripted for you.
Just gonna kind of look to you and say, Eleanor and Mackenzie, am I right?
Well,
Listen. Eh, can't judge me.
You're not allowed to tell them anything either.
I didn't.
I know. I'm just letting you know that if you're suffering now, it's gonna stay that way a while, probably.
Don't think I have been. Riley just hops the fence, unaware that there's actually a door to the gate, or there's a gate to the fence, and just kind of just walks around the side of the house, looks back at the three, and
Kelly
just like
follows.
puts the fingers up to his lips and just goes like shh.
Kelly nods, just silently.
Riley
just
would then
keep-
just walk around the side of the house, back towards the back of the house. If I'm correct, Mr. DM, I believe the cellar's behind the house, unless it's
Yes,
in some
behind-
other godforsaken place.
Yes, around the back of the house, hidden in some overgrown weeds, is the cellar door.
Riley would look up, make sure, and listen intently, making sure, there wasn't anybody or anything creeping or crawling around the house. When he
If you want to
opens-
give me a comprehend roll, I'll let you know if you hear your mother up to anything.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Let me.
I'm also gonna go for a roll.
Alright.
All right.
Oh,
I have the big brain right now. How do I roll?
Go to your sheet.
Go to your
Yep.
sheet and
You-
click on where it says comprehend.
Got it.
You just click on the name of the thing that you want to do. There you go. You got one success and everything.
Hell yeah. So
And the rest you can see the skill points he has. He's spec'd for this sort of thing. He's smart.
I has big brain.
He's smart.
you say
He's-
that, but
He's acoustic.
English not
Uh,
best skill, but
He's working on it. Anyways.
books for you.
Anyways.
Do I hear anything?
So, Riley, because this is normal for you, you and Kelly would get the same amount of stuff just because he has more experience with it, and Kelly would know this because she got 2 successes. You can.
No, I have 0 successes.
Oh wait, no, that's an investigate from earlier. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So Riley, you noticed, but the others wouldn't, because Kelly got a 0 and the others haven't rolled. You can hear your mother moving around inside, like her footsteps.
Should be fine.
Well, I wasn't following, so I'm just kind of waiting out on the sidewalk, sitting down.
Should be fine.
Fair enough. Bad.
Just as long as we're
Yeah.
quiet. Mama tends to listen. So
Kelly-
we just open
Kelly-
the door of the cellar.
Kelly just gives a silent nod again and just agreeing.
Riley would open the cellar doors and just kind of gently open them and let them rest on the sides before somewhat entering in on the stairs and then usher Kelly in.
Kelly follows.
As am I allowed to like
If you want to describe
the room?
it, go ahead. It's not
Okay.
going to be much though.
Yeah, I know. As Kelly and Riley enter, Riley would just like go and set the books down next to a sleeping bag. The room itself is as you would normally see an empty basement. The walls are just cement, and the ceiling isn't exactly the prettiest thing you'd ever see, but it's there. Every now you'd see stacks of books just in random places across the room, and next to Riley's bed would be just like tally marks, ever so periodically put, and then in between, like would say about like 14 tally marks would be like a crude drawing of like a book. Riley would set the books down and look back and say, "Is not pretty, but better than nothing."
Kelly just kind of looks around a little bit and then gives a slight nod. She doesn't want to risk Eleanor hearing, so she's keeping herself quiet.
Riley
Um,
would Riley would look around to see if there's anything he needed to grab, but just shrugs and is like, "Okay, we go now." And Riley would just casually just walk back up before waiting for Kelly at the top of the stairs at the cellar door.
Kelly also looks back at the room and then follows.
Riley would close the door, look back up again, listen, shrugs, and then motions for Kelly to follow.
Mm-hmm.
They would wander their way back to the gate, hop the fence, and be like, "All done."
Well, okay then.
Yeah.
We go mountain now?
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
I would just sit there and would just stand there and beam, waiting for somebody important to lead.
Stares blankly.
Allison, you know the
Allison.
woods. Go.
Hi.
You're the mountain woman.
I flip off God mentally and just start
Hey!
walking.
um, how long have you been living there, Riley?
Riley would tilt his head and then count on his fingers, just mentally trying to comprehend. And then he'd question to God how long he's been living there because he doesn't remember, or he can never remember the last time he's ever like not been in the basement.
Mm.
While not not entirely remember. Always been basement.
Okay. Why is your mom upset at the moment?
Mood swings.
Mood swings?
Mama not happy a lot. Mama not like current condition, but Mama work with it, and Mama still loves me, so that's what matters most.
Okay.
I'm sorry that place
No,
not exactly pretty.
no, you're fine. You're fine. It's. We just didn't really think that there was. I mean, we did see some children's books in Eleanor's living room when we paid her a visit yesterday.
Yeah. We're not very good at in
English?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, no, that just made me giggle.
Mama and I from out of town. So I am not in. He'd kind of like look towards the general direction of the school and then just look back and be like, not learning.
Hmm. Okay.
Library learn
Okay.
with books. Very good with reading. Trying my best.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
He kind of just like put his hands in his sweatshirt pocket and just kind of fiddle with his fingers and look down.
Kelly looks over to Allison. So, do you know exactly where we'd be heading with the mountain?
Not really, to be honest. I want to try and see if I can find the area that looks familiar to the dream I had, but
Okay.
can't guarantee
That's
anything.
not a bad idea, Allison.
Oh, we're
Give
going
me
that
either an
far in.
Allison, give me an investigate or a comprehend roll to try and figure out where exactly that was.
Oh boy.
Let's do the fuck up. The fuck up is done.
I mean, if you have a luck point, you could try a reroll.
I have one luck point.
All right.
Fuck it, we'll use it, why not? Time to fail again immediately.
Nope.
Hey, you're able to use your brain and be like, wait, I've walked that path before. I know where that cave that I dreamt of was. And I assume you're going to lead the others right to it.
Yep.
Allison using a brain. Damn.
Pulls out knife. Me bitch.
I didn't say nothing.
So, I guess we're actually. Should we move
Are
our
we there yet?
characters- move our characters up the mountain a little bit.
Yeah, where
You guys are
exactly?
free to.
I was about to say, Alice, you're losing the way. Pick direction.
Yeah, where's our grand leader going to lead us?
Oh, okay.
Gario!
Ta-da! I would just look around the woods, kind of recognizing some spots where he's been before.
Hmm.
Instinctually, like looking for squirrels, but then remembering what he's here for, and just trying to be calm.
So,
Mhm.
thanks to the guidance of Allison, the four of you have found yourselves, after walking through the forest, across some trails, and so on and so forth, you have found yourselves at a cave.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
cave.
It is dark, it's old, and it seems like it goes very deep.
Deja vu.
And it doesn't, and yes, and it does in fact feel like it's straight out of, and for Allison at least, it feels like it's straight out of your dream. It feels familiar to you most of all, and to the others who have had the dreams to a slightly lesser degree.
This is the place?
That's the place. I don't like this place.
Why
Okay,
you dream
question.
of weird caves?
Also,
Um,
question, did any of us bring flashlights?
Yeah.
No.
Riley looks around.
Kelly
I'm a-
quickly looks into her bag to see if, by some means, her mom puts like a flashlight in her bag because of the factor of it's getting dark and such.
Riley was thinking about making a torch out of some sticks and twigs, but remember,
I mean, that'd be a tinker roll.
remember that he might not have anything to light it with.
You
Well,
have stick.
yeah, I have stick, but I have nothing to light it with. There,
You
cheese
have
ball.
stick.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's go with you're saying your mother would have packed it for you?
Maybe. Either that or.
All right. If that is your excuse, roll empathize to see if. All right. Yeah.
Damn, mom
You know
loves
what?
you.
I'm just gonna take that at face value. You have 2 flashlights.
Cool!
We got spares.
I'm just taking that. I'm literally just taking that at face value. You have 2 flashlights. Congratulations.
Because, Kelly would be walking around the town a lot, and who knows? She probably goes out pretty early, and seeing how it's hitting fall and winter time, it gets darker pretty soon. It's still dark out when school starts, so if it's going by the normal school time in the sense of starting very, very early.
Rylie would stop looking for sticks and twigs and just look back, seeing as they had these weird cylindrical contraptions. It seemed like they would work.
Yes,
Mm.
you guys have 3 flashlights among you. It's
Okay. Cause like
Salson has 1, Kelly has 2.
yeah. Okay, so who wants my second flashlight?
Quietly raises his hand.
She flips the flashlight around and hands it over to Trevor.
Alright, there you go. As you guys are divvying out the flashlights, keep in mind it is still somewhat early in the morning. The sun is, over the tree line now, if by only a bit.
Oh no.
Oh no!
And you can start to feel a rhythm traveling through the ground.
This seems familiar. Let's get going.
Great.
Rylie wonders what friends he's made and why they dream of such weird things, but continues to follow anyway.
Gonna go into the cave, turning on the flashlights.
You head into the cave. The rhythm and the music seems louder in here.
Oh!
And you see sparks of light deeper inside, in tune with the rhythm.
Rylie is very
Do you want to
concerned
get
for his
tased
well-being.
first?
I
Kelly,
gently nudge Trevor forward.
No, I got tased last time. You're going forward. You're going first.
Fine. Let's go.
Kelly follows, turning on her flashlight, and it's like, "You coming, Rylie?"
Yeah. Rylie would just kind of just wander his way towards you guys and just follow closely.
Yeah. And Kelly's keeping up with the pace with Allison and Trevor.
Cave
All of you can feel your hair starting to stand on end.
Is Cave DJ?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Not a friendly DJ, from what Trevor's told me.
From the sound of it, y'all are about to find out too.
Rylie shivers. Not good cave. Not good cave at all.
What is that?
Kelly looks around as they go deeper into the cave.
As you guys are getting deeper and deeper into the cave, you start to notice that after a point, it's the amount of rock in the wall is slowly disappearing and being replaced with what looks like metal.
What the?
What the fuck?
The lights in the distance are getting clearer, as though you guys are getting close to a wide open space.
Interesting.
Okay.
Caves normally like this?
No.
It's got a nice tube to it, though, I gotta admit.
Rylie not sure about that.
Give it a minute. You're not gonna like it here in a sec.
You can
Oh.
feel the static in the air building further.
Freezing intensifies.
Rylie not liking this.
I don't like this either.
You guys
Yeah, what's
see
the worst?
static and electricity arcing in the distance, now able to tell what those lights were. Suddenly the cave erupts in static and sparks. And yet, you all feel fine. The
Oh.
flashlights flicker. The flashlights flicker a moment. And Kelly, I assume you were in the back.
Yeah.
Well, if the others look back,
Oh, great.
they would see that your hair is still on end, whereas theirs has settled down, and you seem to be coursing with the same electricity.
Oh.
You feel fine, but you don't feel in control.
Great!
Color Lady's hair not doing good.
As her hair lifts, revealing both eyes, you guys would very well be able to notice the glowing yellow pupils that have seemed to have happened.
Oh no.
What is going on here? What's happening? Why am I... And then it cuts out, and Kelly kind of would fall to her knees a little bit. For the most part, fine, but a little tired compared to how you were a moment ago.
Help her get up to her feet.
Rylie would just stand there trying to comprehend
What
what the
was that,
hell just
Allison?
happened.
What was that, Agent?
I walk over and essentially I help you back up to your feet.
Okay. That was the second time. Great.
Not my fault.
I know it's not your fault.
Yeah, no, just let it say the obvious. Anyway, we keep going?
Sure.
Why did
Also,
Color Lady sound like different person?
Alright.
Was that a male voice or a female voice that we heard?
I mean, it was using Kelly's vocal cords, so it sounded kind of like Kelly.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like, did it have an accent or anything? I guess would be another word for it.
It kind of just sounded like Kelly speaking normally.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
you know,
hold on.
obviously a bit panicked, but
But wait, last time Kelly was possessed, it sounded different altogether. Different vocals. You said so.
isn't that odd then?
Why is Color Lady flashlight?
Okay, so I don't know. Okay, Trevor, did you notice my voice was a bit normal this time around?
Sounded different from the last time it happened.
Well, different in the sense of it didn't sound like another person talking entirely.
No.
Oh, that's weird. Oh.
Usually happen when in caves?
No, first time being in the cave. First time. This is. She rubs her temples. It's like, can we continue?
Rylie nods and just looks back towards the cave. And looks around, seeing if he sees anything interesting.
As you guys progress a bit further, you would enter a cavernous space that currently no lights are being emitted, and it is dark aside from what your flashlights illuminate. There are tiny little dots of color, but they don't seem to illuminate anything other than themselves.
Callie kind of looks around with her flashlight, pointing at things. See if she notices anything other than.
Despite the ceiling being so high up, to the point that your flashlight can barely reach the cold metal of said ceiling, the walls around you don't reach up all the way to it. Maybe halfway at best, but not even that.
What the?
And these walls don't even seem to make much sense. They're almost like shelves in a bookcase, or well, a bookcase in a bookcases in a library, or the walls of a maze. They seem both at one point orderly, but at other points lie as though they create twisting turns and strange paths.
Callie goes up to one of the walls and takes a closer look at it.
It seems to be covered in little specks of light, almost like buttons. Just the entire wall, and to be true, all the walls seem similarly adorned with these little lights that, after a few moments, start to switch around. Some blinking on, some blinking off, some just blinking on and off themselves. And you would all start to feel as though it's starting up again. Not strong, but a slight thrum can be felt through the metal, right under your feet.
Okay.
Cave doing the DJ thingy again soon, it feels.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What do you guys think? Should we continue? Allison?
Yeah.
Oh. Trevor? Trevor?
Blockhead.
Oblivion.
Great! Trevor's lost in his own head again.
I won't have anything happen. But if you guys want to just converse for a sec while we wait for him to get back, it's free.
Okay.
I won't zap you guys while we're waiting.
What?
Oh, here we go. Trevor?
Yep.
Do you want to continue on into this cave?
What's the consensus so far?
Allison says yes.
Sure.
Okay. Rylie, you good? On
Rylie has
continuing?
no choice in the matter. Because he's otherwise gonna go with his friends anyway, so Rylie just simply nods.
Okay.
Keep on walking.
We're gonna continue walking in. Though Kelly's gonna make the remark of this place kind of seems odd in the sense of some of the walls have this bookcase-like look to it, while others seem to be almost maze-like.
So you guys are just kind of trying to walk in a straight line,
Yeah.
just trying to go forward.
Yep.
You don't want to do any rolls? I'll accept just any rolls at the moment, and I'll let you know if they actually do anything.
Nope.
Nope.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Consistency of tonight is 0.
Riley's gonna come in with the save, 100%. Feel it.
All
I'm
right,
feeling it.
give it a shot. Give it a
Give-
shot. So as you guys are walking, walking through all the shelves and walls, well, bookcases, walls, the various racks of buttons and technology, as far as you can tell. Rylie, you have memories of this almost. They're not necessarily your memories, but you know about this sort of thing. As though someone you're connected to has seen it before.
Oh boy.
And you know that this place is very dangerous. Like, while within this sort of place, those strikes of lightning could just fry someone whole, yet you've also just watched it happen to someone and everyone else was fine, and then they were fine too. So that's odd and confusing.
I would contemplate this. Look back at the crew.
The main thing.
Hmm.
Main thing. You know that there's something in here. Not just anything, but like a thing with smarts. There's an intelligence here of some kind. This place doesn't just lash out at random, it's doing something.
Cave is thinking.
What?
Not sure where. But I know Cave is being.
So the cave is alive?
Not sure. But Cave thinks. Cave is aware.
That ain't creepy at all.
I'm sorry,
No,
Cave
you're,
is. I
you're fine.
trying. You can't see it in the dark, but he's going back to his sweatshirt pocket again, wringing his fingers.
Okay.
We be careful. Being for ride is bad.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. Can agree with you there.
As long as we stick together, we'll be good.
Hmm. I guess we're still continuing forward.
Right. If anyone wants to do any further rolls,
Just any roll?
just any roll, and I'll let you know if it's good for anything.
Got one.
All right. That's 2.
And
You were just having the bad rolls today, Agent.
this is every game.
What do you mean?
No, this is pretty normal. All right. So Allison, you're kind of trying. You're the one who knows your way around places, so you're kind of in the lead, trying to focus on how to go forward in this place. But the other 3 who are kind of just following behind you are doing more of the like actual looking at things, trying to figure out what this place is. Trevor and Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
as this place seems to be powering up again, you notice strange lights starting to appear on the ceiling, not arcing electricity as is the primary source of light, which is starting up again, albeit a few small crackles in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
But you would notice lights being almost projected up onto the ceiling. There's like little specks of this and that, some of which are moving, some of which are, for the most part, stationary.
What in the world?
Rylie, you recognize this light show on the ceiling as a star map,
Ooh.
at the center of which is the star that the planet you're currently on goes around. The sun, as the people here call it.
Interesting.
And across the rest of the ceiling is, many, many different solar systems and places in the galaxy.
Rylie,
What?
no ceiling.
Really? What's
Ceiling is map.
map? A map of what?
He like think really hard about this, and then look up and point it to like the center light, and be like, sun. And then point to all the other little bitty stars that are like, and all the other little bitty things, and be like, planets, systems,
Oh.
stars.
Okay.
You would also notice that you guys are not directly under where the sun is on the map. You guys are kind of off to the side.
All right.
Why is that in this place? I mean, what's with this whole entire place in general?
Rylie, not sure. Trying to figure it out himself, but the only way of figuring out is by moving forward.
That's true.
All right. So you guys continue to just push generally forward. Though to be
Mhm.
fair, it's hard to tell which direction that even is at this point, considering all the twists and turns you guys have gone through, trying to navigate this maze-like place.
Okay.
So if you would all like to do another set of rolls, as that strange sort of rhythm starts to pick up again.
I'm gonna do another investigate. And I failed.
Fuck. Dang.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, what?
Our glorious leader
Alright.
has finally got one success.
Allison, you would realize that you guys have almost been going in circles, trying to follow something resembling a reasonable path through this place. Without a proper idea of where it is you're trying to go, there's really no idea which way's the correct way. So you've just kind of ended up circling back over and over again without even realizing it.
Oh,
Rylie. Rylie, as the rhythm is starting to pick up and the lightning can be seen starting to arc again, you can see it at times arcing up to the ceiling,
Oh.
touching against the star map, and moving from star to star and planets around them, just touching on them briefly, and then zapping a different one, just one after the other, in a slow sweeping wave over the entirety of the star map.
Interesting.
What's going
This
on?
is different.
Star map is doing thing. Lightning is not random. It's You'd like try to think of the right words to say, racking his brain ever so consistently, and then look up and say, sweeping.
Allison, why did you say,
we've been going in circles.
what?
Circle bad, yes?
I presume so. So let's just try going straight this way.
Actually, Kelly looks up at the ceiling as well.
Alright. You can see the star map, you can see the lightning arcing, slowly getting faster as it's going from planet to planet, star to star.
Is it a set pattern?
It does seem to be almost like a wave going from one side of the cave to the other, but other than that, there's no particular pattern. It's just striking more or less indiscriminately, but it's always hitting the exact spots for each planet and star on the map.
Okay.
It's not hitting any, like, random empty spaces between them. It's always right on the dot.
So seeing how the music is being, we're gonna experience another shock.
Great.
Rylie thinks we should go towards sun.
I guess we'll go that way then.
Alright. As the rhythm comes to an end, again there's a shower of sparks from all the machines around you guys. But again, it all seems to focus straight into Kelly. And her eyes once again glow yellow brightly. Where is... I need to get back! Why am I here again? And then she's back.
Oh no.
I'm guessing I also fall on my knees again.
Well, this time because, you know, the other one happened not that long ago, you're able to catch yourself, but you would have otherwise.
Okay.
Methinks we must move quickly. Not sure if this okay repeatedly.
Yeah, we need to.
You do feel slightly dizzy, Kelly.
Yeah. Mm. If she's still standing, she's gonna be going up against one of the walls.
You just kind of lean on it.
Mm.
Alright, so if you guys want to progress forward, another round of rolls, and this time, I guess you guys should focus on how do we get to to being underneath the sun on the map, now that you have a destination in mind.
Seeing how
There's one.
that's given because Kelly's fucking dizzy from being possessed. Second time.
Trevor and Riley, you both are able to kind of figure out at least a general direction that you guys are supposed to go in. Like, you know, so long as we're heading in the general direction of the sun, we'll get there eventually. And then if it seems like we're going away from it, we need to backtrack a bit. And if there's a turn that goes towards it, use that turn, etc., etc. Just generally, as long as we keep doing this, we will get closer to it no matter what.
Time
There's some
to navigate by stars. Let's do.
Yeah. And after a bit of time, you guys wouldn't have reached directly under it, but you wouldn't be that far off, and you can see that there is something. Just that you can just see the top of something that is in the center, underneath it. Some sort of structure, maybe, inside this big open space that is directly below where the sun is on the map.
Oh.
But,
Riley would adjust his glasses and try to look and try to like really focus on that center object, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that do you want me to make a comprehend roll or is that an investigate? I think that's
let's go with comprehend,
okay.
because you're trying to comprehend what it is rather than. From your, again, you have a flash of those odd memories that aren't entirely your own. And you know that that is not just any structure, but well, I'll skip over to what Kelly knows real quick and then continue elaborating on you. Kelly, you can, from what little of it you can see, it almost looks like a throne of some sort. Like, you can't see who's in it or anything else, but just from the general shape, it seems like it might be a throne. Riley, you would know that it most certainly is. And whoever's memories you're feeling, you've seen, or they have seen, what is in that throne, and it is not something of your own kind. And it is scary to you and hostile.
Riley would just rub his forehead and then just go, and then just like adjust the bandana, wiggle his fingers, just trying to do anything in his power to like calm himself down, but failing somewhat miserably.
You good, Riley?
Memories again. Centerpiece. Bad. Not good. Not. You continue to ramble on and on about how the throne isn't good or the centerpiece might be bad and dangerous, fumbling with his words ever so incoherently, but continue to follow through.
We've gone this far now. We can't really just go back.
He'd nod understandingly. Rylie would still be looking up worryingly at the centerpiece.
From the
Let's
looks of
see
it,
if-
it's some sort of throne. Is it one?
Otherworldly throne.
Ah, okay.
Throne bad.
So my mind comes down to two things upon hearing these words from you two: aliens or Wendigo.
When
Great.
did it go?
Angry monster steals kids. Moving on.
Really?
Rylie would just be fucking like, he'd stop, like fucking look at him, just like very scared. You know, recompose somewhat and just mentally trying to comprehend what the hell he just heard and continue to somewhat walk forward.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully, a last set of rolls will get you guys where you're trying to go. This should be interesting.
Failed at Skelly.
Oh, but Rylie remembers.
Oh, no.
Riley, you've been getting some good rolls here.
I'm playing to my strengths here.
He made a very brain-based character, and we've been doing mostly brain-based rolls.
So is Kelly in a sense of things.
True. But you'll be surprised just how much 1 or 2 extra dice can give you. Actually, yeah, to be fair, he does have 2 more dice than you when it comes to comprehend rolls and such, and
Really? How? Don't.
because he's got a 5 in mind and a 3 in comprehend. He put both of those to the max, making his character.
Oh shit.
I'm not very
Yeah.
tech savvy, and I made sure not to be.
Yeah, he doesn't know shit about technology.
What is phone?
Phone is the thing that goes when your parents want to nag at you.
His brain is good. His technology skills are caveman.
Okay.
Weird bird mechanical thing.
Continue.
Not a well-rounded character, but you know what? It's working out for him right now. Anyways. So, Riley is able to remember the correct path, but he's obviously hesitant to walk it, given what those memories tell him about this situation. But with the 3 of you following him, you guys would come across kind of like just an open section of hall leading up to a set of stairs that lead up to this large throne, and you can kind of see a little bit of what is sitting in it.
Oh no. Throne bad. Throne bad.
What is in the throne?
There's something in the throne.
I throw a rock at it.
No.
No!
There are no rocks here.
Rylie would again shakily adjust his glasses and peer at the throne.
Alright? If anyone wants to make rolls or walk right up to it. Oh!
I
Can't we realizes everything!
She sees all.
Hey, fuck!
This is normal.
Trevor, you realize that it is a skeleton in the throne. Kelly, you realize 3 things. 1, it is a human skeleton in that throne. 2, it is wearing very old, very dirtied and beaten up and battered by time, like a lab coat and brown jeans. And 3, you notice that it has a pair of yellow growing pupils that are very much looking right at you.
Ah!
As it sits completely still in its throne.
I think we may have found one of the scientists.
Huh?
That thing's wearing a lab coat.
Well, lab coat. Yes.
Also, I think that thing's looking at me.
But what thing?
The skeleton
Oh.
in the chair.
Oh.
Oh,
It's a
awesome!
skeleton. I walk over to the skeleton.
But but dead man not supposed to be alive. Is supposed to not alive.
Also turn on tails. Haha.
Uh, 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 Allison! Kelly follows.
Well, if we're doing stupidity, we're all going to do stupidity together, I guess. Fuck it.
Again, Rylie just is happy to have friends, but at the same time is very worried about this, so he just wobbles behind. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys approach. You reach the bottom of the stairs leading up to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
One small step for man, one
Kelly,
giant
so-
leap for mankind.
Kelly's kind of gonna move to the side from the group a little bit, just to make sure this thing is staring right at her. Or
It is.
great.
Just gonna walk up to the throne.
You guys can all start to feel the thrumming and the static starting to build in the air again as it seems to be powering once more.
This little evil voice inside of me just wants to yell, "Mr. Bones, where's the wild ride?"
Orange lady not
So Allison,
very.
you have walked all the way up the stairs and are standing on the platform just before the throne, and you can see this skeleton, this human, probably grown-up skeleton, sitting in the throne, arms on the armrests, legs a little kind of loosely positioned, head just kind of down into the side a bit, with its blazing yellow pupils staring out at the world, and its ratty, destroyed by time, like scientist outfit around it.
Kelly
Are you the
follows.
thing in our dreams.
Sorry.
Now is it?
Kelly follows up the stairs.
Yeah, I
We're
just say,
committing.
is this the thing that was in our dream?
You would recognize those blazing yellow pupils anywhere, and the yellowed skeleton and the yellowed skull around them also seems almost familiar.
Rylie would follow up as well.
I
Still
wanna
stressed
poke
out of his mind, but there.
I want to poke it.
Don't poke the skeleton.
Orange hair lady not very self-preserving. Ye?
Allison, you poking it?
Poke the skull.
You touch the skull and immediately are met with feedback. You feel static run up your arm, and you can feel it like scrambling your thoughts.
The fuck?
In a moment, you almost feel. Give me a comprehend roll. You feel like you remember a name that is not your own, but it's gone in a moment.
Wait a minute. I just go. Okay, this is one of two people with my guess. This is either Mr. Ryder or Ted's dad. I don't remember the name.
Rylie would look around the throne and then look back at Color Girl and be like, "What if Color Girl touched Skull?
What?
Think, Color Girl been saying weird things since been here. No?
Touch the skull.
Rylie thinks that if Color Lady touches Skull, Color Lady may be able to comprehend better as she used to interference.
Quick question, Respawn. Is the skull attached to the body still, or is it just kind of sitting
Yes, the skeleton is entirely intact for the most part. It's not really missing any of its parts.
there? Yeah, but is it like all together still? Like,
It's
For
still
instance,
person shaped.
It's still a person.
does it look like I can just pick the head off of it?
It looks like it.
You know,
It's gonna-
desecrating
I'm
bodies is
gonna,
against the law.
What are you doing?
I'll pick up the head.
You're gonna
Allison,
grab the
no.
head with both hands.
I grabbed the top of it with one hand. It's like, huh?
Give me a body roll.
Oh no.
This is fun.
You-
Do you have any
This is fun.
re-rolls left?
No,
You used
Okay.
that's
You
fine.
used- you used one.
I'm gonna need you to re-roll that with exhausted.
Okay, time to fail again.
You take the exhausting condition. I'm gonna need you to re-roll that with scared.
This is fine.
You yank your hand away and are just flooded. Well, give me a comprehend roll real quick.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Once again, you feel like you know a name, a face, a life, but it's not really there. And your arm is searing in pain, and it looks like your skin is burnt slightly.
Allison!
Don't grab the skull.
Rather we just tilt his head.
So this is like I was about to tell you.
Orange girl got fried.
Your girl's also now exhausted and scared of this thing.
He's kind of holding my arm, my wrist with my other hand. Just kind of like squeezing my hand to like make sure my fucking hands still work.
I'm sure this whole entire time that this thing has been glaring at Kelly the whole time, right?
Yes.
Rather we just sit.
Kind of
And
take a
just
step or two
stare.
back away from the skull at that point.
It does not help that the skeleton's staring at me. It's been staring at me this whole time.
I don't trust it.
Rylie still believe that Color Girl and Skull are important.
You know what?
The machines around the room continue to slowly power up.
You know what? Kelly takes off her gloves,
We must hurry. Machine doing thing
walks
again.
up to the skeleton, and touches it.
As your hands touch the skull, give me a comprehend roll. So given your affinity for these things, that'll be enough. But you are lost inside yourself once more.
Great.
Gotten a 2, you would have had some, control still, but here we are. The others watch as you place one hand on the skull, and that same sort of electricity seems to flow through you without doing any harm. And then you turn to look at them with those same blazing yellow eyes. Who are you? Why are you here? I'm busy. I have work to do. I need to find him.
What are you looking for?
Need to find.
Are you looking for Ted's dad?
Mr. Logan. He's gone. He's the only one who can fix this.
We can help, but we need to know more about what's going on.
He's gone. He did something. This town. Everything.
Who Logan?
Is Kelly's voice different throughout this?
Kelly's voice started out as her own, but the longer that she's channeling it, the more her voice is shifting to be one that it perhaps is more comfortable with. As though it's learning to, use her vocal cords to make it almost sound like itself again.
Rather we just
This
look
is
at the
Mr.
skull
Ryder.
and look at them and be like, this is very confusing. What do here?
Trying to find him. I have to find him.
By frying us in the mountain?
It's not
No.
my intent. These machines, they're not human.
What is then?
No, alien, I'd assume, just something else. But they're helping me. Killed me in the process, took me as part of itself, but it's working. I'm getting closer. I'm nearly there. I just need more power. I just need to push these machines a little harder, and maybe I'll find him.
If you push this
Widen my
machine,
search a little wider.
Kelly can't help but fucking yell inside his head, inside her own head, saying, "If you push the machines anymore, you're gonna be shocking everybody in town. Do you want that?"
I didn't know. There's so much going on. There's so much he unleashed. If we can't find him, no one will be able to fix it.
What unleash?
He made something. He didn't even tell me about it. But it brought these things here. These creatures. This town isn't safe. The world might not even be safe. I have to find him. He's the only one who might know how to reverse it.
Rylie would think deeply about this. What creatures? Rylie would look back at Alice and be like, "What do?"
Kelly, a little bit of time has passed.
Mhm.
Give me a body roll real quick. Because even with your affinity to these things, this has been sustained contact for a fairly large amount of time. Not a force roll, just body.
There's no bod. Just
It's not a
an
skill, it's an attribute. Alright, congratulations. Alright, you're able to maintain it for now, but it is starting to get a little tingly in a bad way around your fingers.
great. Okay. Can you have me let me go of your skull for a moment so I can recover a little bit? Because if I hold on to you anymore, there's gonna be some damage that might occur.
You feel the current subsiding and then ceasing, and you're able to pull your hand away. You guys would also be able to hear and feel as the machines around you are not powering up any further. They're still whirring at about the level they were, but they aren't getting any stronger. And over time, and over the next few minutes, because you guys wouldn't realize this right away, they are slowly dying down in volume as they're, winding down.
Is Kelly back in control?
Yes, you're back to yourself. Your fingers are your fingertips are a tiny bit sore and tingly, but it's not super painful or anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait a few moments before retouching that skull again. But good to know they're able to hear me when I'm stuck in the back of my own head. Because I yelled out during that conversation on how the electric static shocking is gonna affect everybody in town. Okay. I don't. Um. Can you blink?
The eyes do not blink.
Great. And it's probably still. It's still probably staring at Kelly, though. Right?
Its gaze has kind of drifted off. It's not as focused on you now.
Okay. Okay.
It's kind of looking around boredly, almost.
Okay. Like I said, I'll touch you once this tingling sensation wears off. Take around 2.
Well, you guys have time to talk amongst yourselves until then.
So, they're looking for Ted's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely they're Mr. Ryder.
Who
Probably.
is Ted?
Student at our school. His dad's gone missing. Kelly looks over and says out loud, Mr. Ryder?
Are you touching the skull again?
No, she's seeing if there's any reaction from the blood thing.
Oh,
If she called
yeah,
out
well,
the name.
the eyes look to you.
Okay. So, we do want to help. And such. Because we've been noticing some of the mysteries, some odd things going around the town ourselves. And we do want to help.
Riley have idea.
Hmm?
Ask yes or no question to Skull. If yes, Riley, Skull stare at Color Girl. If no, Skull stare away.
Does that work?
The skull looks at you.
Okay. Are you Mr. Ryder? William's father?
The skull seems to continue looking at her, though its gaze does flicker a little bit, as though it was thinking of something. But it takes a moment and focuses back on you.
Mm. So you have control of this whole thing.
The gaze continues to look at you.
Okay. Did you know about its static effects on folks?
It looks away.
Okay, so with you trying to look around for Ted's dad, you were putting out these pulses. And it even tased Trevor at one point.
Thanks, by
And-
the way.
Gaze kind of looks at the floor.
But, with what you were doing, it was slowly spreading to town. Also, was it you that been kind of carrying our dreams? I mean,
It looks at you.
okay, did you have full-on control of that factor of popping into our dreams?
It kind of looks away, then back at you, and then away, and then back at you.
You don't know, okay. Is the tingling sensation gone from Kelly?
It's dying down a little. Like
Not
the
f-
nerves are still a little, but it should be fine soon.
Okay. So, a few more minutes and I'll take a round 2 at this. You, I think that would be better off asking once you, I hate to really say it, but gain back control of my body.
Share ring.
Yeah, you could say it's sharing.
Riley just beams.
Sharing in a more forceful sense.
Share ring is care ring.
Sure. Okay, yeah. Kelly kind of just messes around with her hand slightly, not sure what else to ask.
Is did Skull find place like this, or did Skull build this?
That's not really a yes or no question there.
Did Skull build this? We're doing bad.
You're fine.
The skull would look away.
So he didn't build it.
Did Skull find place like this?
The skull would look at him.
Is Kelly's hands, is tingle sensation gone?
Yeah, it's just died down just a moment or two ago.
Okay, ready for round 2?
Rylie would look back and brace himself for whatever was gonna happen.
Kelly proceeds to touch the skull.
Alright.
And comprehend again?
Yeah, give me another comprehend to see how much control you have.
That's a 1 again.
Alright, so again, you're able to make the connection, but you are kind of just pushed to the back of your own mind. As it looks over at the others again. My son's alive?
Yes.
We go to school with him.
Is he alright?
Mhm.
Got a few bad habits here or there.
Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose.
He does miss you. And
Not
you
sure if
want
I can ever leave this place. The machine's made me part of itself.
Mm.
It's the only reason I'm still alive.
Make visit.
I didn't want him to see me like this.
Better to have dad than no dad.
I mean, what are we supposed to tell him if we do run into him?
I don't know.
Because it's kind of far-fetched unless we bring him here in the sense of, oh, your pops is a skeleton sitting on a liquor throne.
It might be best not to tell him anything. I'm sure he's more than happy to continue living a quiet life, not knowing what's going on.
Okay. So what were the things that got released?
Well, a lot of things. Whatever it was he made, it brought these things here.
What
I
did
couldn't know just how many or what all they were. He didn't tell me much.
What did he make?
I don't know. All I know is that it was a prototype. He wasn't sure what it would do, but he got the plans for it from somewhere. Half his own, half whatever this stuff is. It started. Honestly, I can't say if it brought these things here or if it made them. They just started appearing after he started running tests with it.
Mm.
And
Oh,
then he disappeared. And then I tried to find him. I tried to use this place to find him, maybe even bring him back. I honestly never thought that far of what I'd do if I even found where he was. I just assumed this place would have some way of pulling him back, considering he based some of his technology off of it.
okay. So we know you're here, and you're looking for Ted's dad. What happened to O'Malley, Miss O'Malley?
So the nun.
Mm-hmm.
She helped him. I helped with anything that had to, the science side of things. I helped him with figuring out all this technology, with coming up with plans, helping him build his machines. She was only brought on board after the creatures started showing up. She helped him fight them. To try and send them back, get rid of them, I'd never asked. I never wanted to know. I honestly didn't want to think about the fact that they were out there. How's a man supposed to get a good night's sleep knowing that those things are lurking in the dark on our very streets in the woods?
Question. So this whole entire time, Kelly's been kind of talking. So you say kind of like rambling on to himself in the sense of talking out loud. I'm guessing.
The others are watching him just kind of talk to himself using you.
Yeah.
That just clicked in my head. Fuck.
Yeah, you guys are hearing half of this conversation. You're not hearing the questions, but you're hearing the answers.
The important part.
Yeah. And she can
Okay.
always fill you in later. So, it's
Yeah.
not a big
Do you
deal.
know where Miss O'Malley is?
He went out with her to fight something one night and didn't come back with her. He seemed upset. I only assumed that something got her,
Okay.
that something happened. He took some sort of experimental weapon with him. I think it was anyway, something to try and banish them, to try and send them away. It had fried itself, so I'd assume he used it, but he never said
Unless,
what it actually did, where the monster he used it on went,
or
what the
Mm.
effects were.
or Miss Malley in general, because from talks she kind of disappeared.
I have no idea. Maybe the creature got her and he used it on it. Maybe
Hmm.
there's a whole number of possibilities it could be. I don't have any of the information beyond what I saw, and what I saw was they left him with some new untested weapon that might work on them, and then him coming back alone, his weapon fried and seeming like the world had come crashing down around him. After that, his attempts became a bit more drastic. I honestly stopped working with him. I submitted to leave his employment.
Hmm.
But then after he disappeared and the monsters didn't go with him, I had to find a way to bring him back, to make amends and see if he could fix it for my son, for the town.
Because right now we know there's a few things wandering around the town, in the sense of things. There's the Shadow Boxer. Underneath one of
Shadow Boxer.
Yeah,
What?
there's a figure that looks like a boxer, that pops up during nighttime underneath a broken light fixer. Um,
Boxing.
she, it looks female.
Miss O'Malley?
What?
Miss O'Malley was a boxer. It's part of the reason that Mr. Logan went to her. She was one of the only people in town who had any experience with fighting.
What?
He
A nun
went
that
to
knew
her
how to
because of her.
box?
Yes, he went to her because of her knowledge of boxing. And the fact
That
that
sounds
as a
weird.
nun she was going to help the town,
Okay.
to do God's work and all that.
Very strange religion.
Allow me to introduce to our Lord and Savior.
Actually, I did notice, this, these, with the Shadow Boxer, it had something similar to, if you notice, I'm holding a pair of gloves, in my
He
hand.
kind of he kind of raises one of your own hands in front of his/your eyes to look at them. Mr. Logan had a fascination with them. He was never certain of they were important, but even this machine isn't certain. It throws up warnings, but not of what or why.
Okay. Because I got them from my mom's shop. And basically, she told me that these are one of the oldest things and such like that. But I just noticed that I figured there was some correlation because of the semblance to the gloves.
I know that Mr. Logan had Miss O'Malley wear them whenever they were going out to fight those things. Even he didn't know what they did, but surely they helped in some way, hopefully.
Hmm.
Maybe at some point they'd find out what they did simply by using them.
Okay.
I don't know if they ever got any results, though.
Do you happen to know anyone named Eleanor Rigby?
She died a long time ago. Back when the monsters first started showing up.
Really? 'Cause she's
Sock reference holds true. I win.
you couldn't hear Kelly ask that question.
He's out of character. It's fine. It's fine.
But she's actually walk around. She's actually following Father Mackenzie.
That
In the sense of-
shouldn't be possible. He was there. He helped bury her. He said her rights. He was the only one who went to her funeral. No one else knew her.
She's active right now. She's actually living at the house where, well, an old cryptid house that Rylie lives in the basement of.
That was where she lived when she was alive. It was in her family's name.
Mm,
She was the last one, so it went to her.
okay.
And then she died, so the house was left to no one. She died.
She's
She was dead.
she's wandering around right now, in her house at least. She doesn't come out unless it's the church time, and she just kind of stares at Father Mackenzie a lot. She doesn't even act human most of the time, as well.
I can't be certain, but I wouldn't advise going near her. It's very unlikely that she is human anymore. It might be that one of those creatures did something.
Okay. But if we are willing to help look for Ted's dad, we are willing to help out in any means we can. We just need information and something to go off of in some regards. Cause
I'm not sure what I can give you. He's out there somewhere, I think. Whatever that device was, the thing that makes them or brings them here, he tried to reverse it.
do you know where that device is now?
No, that was. I only got the note. I left his employment. I know that was his last experiment because it was in the note. He tried to reverse it to figure out where they were coming from, and
Okay. Is there like a general lab area somewhere he tended used a lot for his experiments, for his creations and stuff like that?
be either his house or the lab.
Where's the lab?
The junkyard. It's under the junkyard. You cannot let anyone know. Not those weasel or badger guys, especially. They would tear the place apart. Who knows what they would use those prototypes for, not knowing what they were capable of.
Okay.
There's a man who works there. His name is. It's been so long. What was this? It was Scruffy. He goes by Scruffy.
Okay.
Just let him know. Let him know that Jerry Ryder. Let him know that. I don't know what I could tell you to tell him to let you in. But he holds the keys. He knows where the entrance is. We've worked alongside him for a long time, so long as no one knew that we were working with him. He just wanted to live a quiet life, but he understood that what Mr. Logan was working on could change the world.
Okay.
I think
Wish I could offer you more.
enough.
You're fine. We're gonna be trying to help out, okay? I know you were trying to search for him, but your way was nearly gonna electrocute the whole town in the progress.
Sorry.
You're fine. You didn't know.
You shocked Blockhead. It entertained me.
Hmm.
God damn it.
But can I have my body back?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more I can even tell you. You're free to going to try and find a new solution. Try
Okay.
to keep the try not to use the machinery too much. Keep it to a minimum.
Okay.
You would feel it fade.
Kelly backs away, slightly shaking her hand a little bit, probably from the tingleness and such.
Color girl, okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just asked him the question. So was he able to hear me while I was stuck in the back of my own head? So
Yeah, we heard half.
Very
conversation.
one-sided.
yeah. Truthfully, I wish I was sort of more in control in the sense of being able to be heard out here. But you guys got the general idea and such.
If not, we talk along the way.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's still a school day.
It is. You guys are still skipping class right now.
Uh-oh.
We're
It's like-
learning about electricity.
Are you even gonna make it back in time for school? Let's be honest.
Probably not.
More pressing matters.
So,
Yeah.
Jerry Ryder here is gonna be calming down with the shocks. He was doing so in search for Ted's dad.
Right.
Understandable.
I asked him if he knew where the construction things are, and from you guys hearing, junkyard.
Yep. Junkyard. Some guy will have to come up with some excuse.
That or Ted's house, which
Nah,
Who
I'm
wants
not
to chance that again?
What wrong
Rob,
with what
I
wrong
hope we
with
go
Ted?
junkyard first, but should we wait until nighttime so we don't get tailed by the weasel people?
Hmm.
I
Who-
mean,
Thrown to the junkyard? Who knows?
Who weasel people?
Men in suits that look like Agent Smith.
Who badger people?
I was gonna bring up
That
the
movie
idea of
exists
walking
before?
through the forest with that to bypass the town in general.
Ah, I mean that is the option.
Yeah, because they're
Forest
gonna be
very good
walking.
cover.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking around the town most likely. The only area we're gonna be concerned by with them looking is across the road. When
My
we get to
concern
the
is very tired now, on top of bad night's sleep. This place is spooky.
Want to get shocked by weird cave? Good.
I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, maybe touching the skull knocked some sense into my logic. But I'm
Okay.
pretty sure touching that's a bad idea.
Yet
I mean, Blockhead
somehow,
can do it for experimental sake, but I'm not.
Nope.
Hmm.
yeah, somehow I don't know why I'm able to do that.
Good. Conductor.
You're a witch.
I know which.
You're a witch and you don't even know it.
I'm not.
So-
I'm sorry. I don't even know.
exactly.
We can call witches later. Must go to yard of junk.
Maybe later.
I mean,
Do we want to at least make an attempt to go to class so we're not in a lot of trouble?
You go to class. I check on mom. Meet at yard.
okay.
Pass my house to get there, so I might just say screw it and go home.
I mean,
I'm already gonna be in trouble as is.
I'm kind of in the safe zone because I told my mom I was gonna be heading over to Mr. Henderson's house to start with.
You have an excuse. We
Yeah,
don't.
I have an excuse, so I'm in the safe. You two,
I is
however,
not in school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk with Griff for a while. Maybe he can logic my mind out of this spooky cave that's gonna probably be ingrained into my life for, I don't know, a few years.
Okay.
This is what it feels like, at least. I'm probably gonna get scolded for not being at school, but that's fine.
You learned about electricity.
We could look to Einstein for that.
Eh. I believe it is now our trek to go out of the cave.
Yeah. Let's go out.
And
I'm
the
fine with this. Let's go this way.
All right, let's all get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Bye,
Let's see if I can just
Jerry.
follow our tracks out.
The guys kind of look away and then back to you.
Mm.
And then
shouldn't. I'll
Hey.
exit the cave, I guess.
Yep.
Riley gives it one last long look, looking it up and down, trying to call back to the memories that came to him before just stepping down.
Kelly puts on the gloves again and kind of just looks at them.
Become boxer, yes?
they are black. They are leather. They have red circles stitched into the back of them. What? The gloves.
You started that with they're black.
They are black leather gloves with red circles on the backs.
We just pulling the racist card a lot today.
I feel like it's Agent.
I'm very tired.
Agent's the one doing that, alright?
He's loopy.
I announced earlier, Loopy land ahead.
He also drank stupid juice, so there's that.
Yes.
Kelly kind of just like sort of slightly messes around. Kind of does a circle motion out of a whim.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Kind of just messes around with doing different gestures, like snapping her fingers. Kind of just, I don't know, just messing around with her hands in general, see if anything odd happens.
Nah, nothing seems to happen. I mean, snapping is difficult in gloves, so you don't really manage a snap, so.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah.
She kind of, she just looks up as she's messing around with her hand. She's kind of just, tracing her finger along one of the, circles on the back of the gloves.
Nothing much seems to happen. You guys eventually make your way back out because I'm pretty sure you guys were doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, I was retracing our tracks.
You guys step your way out into the sunlight. It's not quite noon, but nearly there from the position of the sun.
Okay.
Meet at yard?
Yeah, we'll meet there later on in the day. I'm gonna go talk to Griff. Probably see if there's anything wrong with my arm that smells like bacon.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna get talked to by Henderson, but I'm gonna say hi to Henderson again.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Mom. See
Okay.
if she's okay.
Okay.
Alright, let's split up and search for memes.
Literally, it's like, all right, good job, guys. Now scatter.
All right, Trevor. Where are you gonna go off and do since everyone's scattering? Or are you gonna follow someone else?
Gonna go home and see if I can come up with a reasonable excuse with my sister as to why the fuck I was in school.
All right, fair enough. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. We'll pick well, maybe not 5 minutes, but just a quick little break for snacks, drinks, bathroom breaks, whatever. And then when we come back, we'll go over what happens with each of you.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna toss this chicken away because it's been sitting by me this whole fucking time.
Throw the chicken at Trevor.
No.
Literally everyone else in the call was like, no.
Listen, it's fine. Just drink the stupid juice.
No, that's your job.
You'll be fine.
Listen, I'm the survivalist. It doesn't mean I'm smart.
Shh, you're the troublemaker. That's the whole point. You get into trouble. That means saying stupid shit to get yourself in trouble.
Or doing stupid shit. Either way.
It's a happy balance.
I'm just not good with electronics, that's it.
Isn't it bad that it feels weird talking normally? For talking stupid for so long? Is it that bad?
Listen, Carol, I'm gonna send you something.
Yeah.
Okay, did not expect Kelly to be the fucking telephone line.
Asia, why'd you just send me a picture of a person holding a handful of bees?
Bees!
I feel like those are like murder hornets. No, yeah, they're not even bees, they're murder hornets. Why'd you send a picture of someone with a handful of murder hornets? When I say stupid, I mean like getting into fights in school or like yelling at your parents, not just, hey, I'm going to chuck wild bees at someone.
It's okay. Do you mean this kind of dumb?
Oh my god.
Yeah, kinda. If you had access to a gun,
I can probably steal a gun.
do not steal a gun.
For context, my character's uncle or technical stepdad works at a hunting shop. Guns.
Please do not steal a gun.
I could probably get a bear trap pretty easily.
We are not inventing school shooting in the 80s.
No, Kurogi's is streaming.
I am stating it now. We are not doing that. And we are not giving kids guns. We are solving this like Scooby-Doo. I hope.
Anything's
God, I
a possibility when I exist.
Yeah, I know. Which is why it's been scaring me. Out here living up. I should have stayed home in the cellar, eating my squirrel. Find another squirrel, maybe.
I am glad that that Kelly talked to her mom beforehand saying, hey, I might get caught up in one of Mr. Henderson's stories.
Why? Did you think that she was going to yell at you or call the police because of a missing child and we get an Amber Alert?
Well, seeing how her mom, Kelly actually does communicate with her parents pretty well, in a sense of things, they would not be terribly happy in some regard.
As normal parents should respond.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But and basically, Kelly's mom actually, their store, they have a store on the first floor. Their house is on the second floor. So.
Oh yeah, cause yeah, your mom does the antique stuff, so.
Yep.
And Henderson ends up going over there, whether or not I feel like, I feel like it's not because he wants to buy shit for the class, less so than it is just to flirt with your mom. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay, Henderson is the second place buyer of, like, stuff from that shop. The first one is Mr. Wellman. He buys a lot more shit.
Okay, so
from that
Mr.
store.
Wellman's trying to. Listen, I'm making guesses here, alright?
Kelly has a dad!
I'm aware.
It's the 80s!
It is, in fact, the 80s. So, you know, not to say that your mom ain't. I believe your mom would probably pan the poor fool if he tried to do anything stupid. I would. But, not the point. I'm big braining right now. I'm not sure about the maze thing. That's what confuses me.
How so?
The hell do I know? I live in a basement. Real good talk, guys. Doing great. Putting pieces together. Putting pieces together.
I like the fact that I was doing like a good after that second pickup. I was doing a lot of the questionnaire, and it's just this possessed Kelly talking to herself.
Oh yeah, you think it was very strange, just watching you.
I don't do a questioning. I do the stab.
Well, that's because you're in fact chaos in a 15-year-old's body. So
I have Returnidad.
welcome back. We're having conversation on who's hitting on Oogie's or Kelly's mom.
No.
You'd like
No
to
one
join?
is. What the fuck?
I'm
If
putting
anything,
out.
it's Oogie. If anything, it's Oogie's father.
No, I'm putting out like the concept that like who is it? Wellman is probably not only there just to buy shit.
No, that is all he is there for. The man loves history way
I'm
too
being
much.
a meme, all right. We're looking for memes. I'm putting one out there. All right.
Harumph. There are plenty of mysteries to solve that are more important.
Then love triangles.
Yes.
I would think Twitter would say otherwise.
Alright, you all have gone off to various places. Who wants to go first?
Is Trevor back? Is
Is Trevor
Trevor?
back?
Did Trevor even leave?
Trevor left.
Trevor's hella gone.
Do we want to wait for Trevor to get back for a bunch of solo scenes?
Would Trevor enjoy it? Would Trevor make snarky comments about our lives in Solo Land?
Depends.
If it I'd say we wait, see where he is. In all honesty, we'll just call out Trevor randomly.
Alright. We will wait then. But congratulations on finishing the Mountain Song mystery.
We found out why song DJ, yes.
Found out what happened to William's dad, who we
Still,
searched for a long time and never found.
still fucking weird on the fact that Kelly was the telephone line for that.
I mean,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tend to attract interesting and weird things.
No, I don't.
Okay, you are literally a walking paint can.
Look, Kelly doesn't always wear a paint-splattered sweater.
Big thonk.
Also, Trevor's back.
Trevor's back?
He's
Hello.
here. He's here.
Trevor, where were
Alright,
you?
so who wants
I
to do their solo scene first?
Is it bad if it's bad? Is it bad that I vote the troublemaker?
Heck.
Vote for whoever you want.
I vote the trouble. I get to throw the troublemaker under the
Let's
bus.
go down the line. Let's go down the line.
Alright.
We're clearly in a line at this current state.
All right, Dean, what you doing today?
So we're starting at the top of the map and working our way down.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, Alice.
Heck.
You managed to haul your exhausted, scared self to the Firewatch Tower. A bit jumpier than usual.
I'm just gonna like walk up the stairs to the room where Griff, I guess, would typically be in, unless he's on the walkway outside the room.
You would make it up to the office space, the room that is at the top of the tower.
Look and see if I can spot Griff.
He's there. Do you want to decide what he's doing, or should I?
I'll let you decide. Makes it more interesting.
Well, it probably comes as no surprise.
Sleeping.
He's in his chair, leaned back, feet up on the desk, the comic book on his face.
Just gonna enter and just push the chair out so he falls over.
What a
He
rude
manages to
awakening.
catch himself. We've used this song and dance has happened numerous times. He's quick on his feet. And off them too, apparently. It's like,
Griff
hey,
went into the cave.
no, you went exploring caves, didn't find a bear, did you? I mean, you're in one piece, so probably not, but that'd make for an interesting story. You seem a bit off. Are you alright?
Yeah, a bit of a shocking experience.
Huh. The joke is not apparent to him, obviously.
I,
But, you know,
I noticed, but I had to.
I know.
Zoom. Over the head.
Uh, it was spooky and tiring. It'd cool if I take a nap up here.
I mean, sure.
Appreciate. So fall over face or something.
God damn it!
Nap time.
He kind of shakes his head slowly in an amused manner. Gets up from the desk, goes over to like a first aid thing on the wall. It looks like an entire cabinet just full of emergency stuff. He opens it, looks through, finds a blanket. It's not great. It's mainly meant to like, you know, not be fireproof. So it's not a super great blanket, but he gets it all the same. Brings it back, lays it on the floor next to you,
Just a
and then just kind of carefully rolls you into it like a burrito.
Just a muffled voice from my face on the floor. Oh, so we may have burned my arm.
Fireproof blanket.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
It didn't look that bad. You just need some rest. Also gets a pillow and puts it under your head after finishing burritoing you.
I got an actual pillow to make it accurate now.
At this point, Allison's just going to be an expert on floors. Like, is that hardwood cedar? Oh my god, it's good to sleep on.
So Allison, you'll be out for like an hour, well, a few hours. But you can go ahead and remove scared and exhausted, having gotten some rest.
Okay. Yes, I did have to get a pillow to make it accurate because it was funny.
Talk about creativity.
Immersion.
Immersion.
Next is Rylie.
Oh boy. We get to talk to Mom.
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
We're gonna talk to Mom. There's a couple things she needs to know. So
Sucks.
I make it to the front gate. I open the gate. I'm a little bit hesitant, but go slowly up the steps, and I hold my net fist up to the door, hesitate, thinking. I just listen. See if she's otherwise sitting and doing her thing, or if she's walking around again.
So you're just putting your ear up to the door?
Yep.
Give me investigate.
Raj. Got 2 successes.
You can hear movement within,
Hmm.
and you can tell it's her because one footstep is slightly louder than the other. And you know exactly why that is, but I'm not going to explain it yet.
Mama's walking around again. I knock. Gently.
You hear the footsteps stop and turn and start to come towards the door.
Oh boy, here we go. I'll wait patiently, let her open the door.
The door slowly unlatches and creaks open. And you see her, Eleanor, standing there.
Hi, Mama. You
Her eyes
okay?
immediately flick down to actually properly stare at you.
You feeling
And you
okay?
can almost feel her looming over you, just observing, but not necessarily seeing you.
You feeling okay, Mama?
Why are you here?
I have news and questions. I know you don't want me to be here, but I need to know.
She jerks her head to one side unsteadily. The window side of the house. And she slowly closes the door, and you can hear her moving to the big window she normally stares out.
I'll walk over the side of the house and go to the big window and just look at her and see if she's there.
She's there, and she slowly opens one of the windows, just a tiny crack, so you can hear each other, but you couldn't like fit a hand through or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, my
She seems a bit more relaxed now than she was a moment ago, though she's still stiff as can be for, reasons.
Yep. Well, I made friends.
Friends.
They go to the school.
School?
It's the place where people learn.
Hmm.
I just stopped by. I was reading. I was exchanging my books again, like I do, and I wanted to people watch, and they talked to me. I wasn't sure of it at first, but they seemed like good people.
Mhm.
And we had gone up the mountain towards a cave, and I started knowing things about memories that
Place
aren't.
in the mountain.
We had gone up the mountain, and there were electricity and a star map.
The ship. Not ours, another's. Dangerous.
There's more? Or
Not sure. Killed most. Ship doesn't like that.
man in
Killed
ship?
killed 8.
Mhm.
Ship defends.
Man in ship, man on throne.
Not one of them.
No.
One of people here, town.
Mm-hmm.
Also not friendly.
Are we bad?
We are different. We are we.
How much you know? What not have been told by you?
Not need tell much. Minds entwined. Memories fluid. Pass easy.
Mhm. They might know about you. People told Color Girl about you.
I am in danger.
No. Color Girl should be able to keep secret.
I cannot be found out. Must hide to too many enemies. Dangerous.
I know, Mama. Survive. Yeah?
Yeah.
Going to meet with friends at junkyard. Thing there. People working on things about the danger. Trying to stop it. It's going to help.
Find way home.
I hope so.
Take care.
You too,
And you
Mama.
can almost feel another one of those memories slide into your head of an unspoken word or two at the end of that sentence. A simple "from me."
You too, Mama.
She gives a very nearly imperceptible nod, but you know it's there.
I walk away, waving curtly and such, and make my way towards the junkyard.
Oh boy.
Are we dealing with aliens?
What?
Well, shit.
Are we dealing with aliens?
Question?
Hey, I think it's Trevor's turn.
Yeah.
I think that's a question dodge.
That's a question dodge.
What question? So, Trevor, what are you up to?
Aliens! Bitch!
Alright, so fucking getting home, just
You get
Actually-
home. Your parents are not here.
I was about to say that my parents would not be home yet. Haha!
It's still roughly noon. They'd be probably taking lunch breaks of some sort, probably at their place of work.
Probably. Gonna check if my sister's home for any reason.
She also goes to school, so she's not here.
He's doing the weed.
My sister's not a stoner, goddammit.
just that backyard yeek of just he's doing the weed.
Oh my god.
Listen, I'm comfy in bed, fuck you.
Ah, fuck, but, okay, so with no one home, he just goes up to his room and starts shuffling through his music, trying to find some excuse to why he wasn't home. Or wasn't, at school today. It's like, what actually sounds logical and not what we actually did?
That's just what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was as early as it was, so I'm like, fuck, I'm really
I mean-
gonna be home a lot.
It's noon. You could probably do with some lunch. Most of you could.
Nap time.
Yeah. Yeah, food sounds good. Just like shitting there, shuffling through music, suddenly here's a stomach. Oh, hey, right, we didn't eat all day. I'm gonna go do that.
You make yourself some eats. They're pretty good.
Hey.
Oh boy, eats!
Mm.
Reminds me of Three Stooges.
I guess that's just what you're doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right,
Quick and easy.
Ellie, you've made it back to Mr. Henderson's house.
Oh, boy, Anderson's probably gonna be slightly upset I'm missing school, but
The intern is no longer outside, but the measuring sticks are.
Can I say something real quick?
Okay.
what?
Mr. Henderson was a shit poster before it was cool.
Mm.
80 shit.
And he was a history man at that.
No, he's the art teacher.
Same thing.
Art is history is art.
But Kelly goes up to the door and knocks on it. Mr. Henderson?
Here's some footsteps. The door opens. He's in a nice, kind of like dark reddish suit
Hi.
with like a white undershirt. He's like, ah, Kelly, coming by for lunch?
Well, not. I mean, yes, no. I mean,
Probably better than whatever the cafeteria would have given you.
yeah. Sadly, I skipped first half of school.
Ah, very naughty. He just kind of chuckles and walks inside.
It follows. Well, that's because we went up to the mountains to explore a cave, and
Didn't get into trouble, did you? No bears, nothing, no wild animals?
well, we experienced some electric shocks, me being possessed for a good 4 times.
Hmm. Imaginations of youth. Must have been fun.
It was by Jerry Ryder.
He kind of slows down in his roaming. When he walked into the house, it didn't seem like he had anywhere particularly he was trying to go. He just kind of was walking. But now he just kind of stops like, you know that name.
Yeah. We encountered him, though what's really left of him.
That must have been a bit traumatic, I suppose.
He was a skeleton sitting on a very foreign-looking throne with glowing yellow eyes he was able to control things that emitted static and electricity. And he possessed me a good few times to communicate.
He kind of starts walking again and would lead you to the kitchen where he starts setting a kettle to boil.
Yeah. I mean, Allison tried touching the skull, but they got pretty shocked by it. And
Well,
such.
at least you were all right, but I should hope Allison will be fine.
It's weird though, because most of that time I wasn't getting injured much at all, other than a slight tingle in my fingers.
Maybe you just had better grounding.
Mm,
After all, that is how electricity travels.
that could be, but the factor of my eyes going yellow and me changing my voice to that of Jerry. And such did not. It's weird.
Well, it certainly sounds like it. Tea?
Sure, what type of tea?
Boy, I'm glad you asked that. All right. So the kettle's starting to boil. He walks over to a pantry,
Oh, good lord.
flings open the door, and it's like a walk-in closet of shelves, all of which are different flavors of tea in very large containers. Well, I mean, it depends on what you want.
You know I don't drink much tea to start with, though. So I don't
I've got-
know.
Well, I've got green teas, nothing with caffeine in it for kids.
That works. I mean, you can easily just surprise me on what type of tea it is.
How about very berry?
Very berry?
That's a fucking tea.
I have a
Okay.
lot of flavors.
What the fuck is that picture, Kuro? I can't see it.
It's orange juice, and it's one of. I'm not gonna interrupt them. Just let them do their thing. You can look at it when you have time. But it's definitely what Respawn was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
He gets a pair of very berry tea bags out of their little container. Then pours the hot water into a pair of mugs, puts the tea bags one in each, and hands you a mug.
I'll let it sit for a little bit.
Yes, make sure to let it cool. Don't want to burn yourself on top of being electrocuted. Both in one day can't be good for you.
Yeah. But Jerry was looking for Ted's dad. Said that he made something that released creatures throughout town. And he's trying to
Ah, the life of a mad scientist.
he's trying to find Ted so he could find a way to fix it and such. Though his method of trying to find Ted nearly got the whole town electrocuted in a sense.
Good intentions, but with horrible side effects.
He did tell us a location for a lab that we're going to be heading towards later on tonight. To kind of avoid the weaselly looking guys and the badger looking guys.
Ah, yes, you'll have to keep an eye out for those sorts. Can't be trusted. Men in suits. Other than me, of course. He adjusts his tie.
Yeah. Said if they found out, they would probably tear the place apart and mess around with things that shouldn't be messed with. But it was still weird though, because we met another kid.
Ah,
His name is Rylie, though he has the last name Mackenzie.
well, that's odd. I know no such kid in the school's systems, and I had no idea that Mr. Mackenzie even had a child. As a
He
priest, I'm
doesn't-
pretty sure he's not allowed to.
He doesn't even go to school. He has trouble
Well, that would
saying
explain part of
stuff.
it.
He
Not
has
a
trouble.
child?
And he's apparently stays at Eleanor Rigsby's place.
You know, I used to hear tell that there was something going on between the two before she died. Or everyone thought she did, anyways.
That's what Jerry said. Is he's mentioned how Eleanor died, and Father Mackenzie even was at her funeral.
Well, yes, I mean, it's his job. He has to say the final rites and bury them and such, and if there's no one else there, then, well, it's quite a lonely job. That's part of the reason no one's certain she died or not. Hard to say who the funeral was for when the only one there was Mackenzie himself.
Jerry seems to be certain about that, though Eleanor herself, when encountering her, she moved oddly. Like her eyes were focused on one thing, and no matter how much she moved her head, her eyes were still in place. And how she spoke, almost broken words in the sense of broken English. But when you paid attention to her closely, her lip movements weren't that of word making. They were more twitches and such like that. As if something was puppeteering her.
Well, I suppose maybe that's what death does to someone. And to be fair, I imagine the main reason Jeremiah knew about it was his son takes after him quite a bit. The man always had a way of keeping an ear to the town and knowing what was going on. His employer certainly didn't, so he helped fill the gaps where he could.
Is Jeremiah his actual name? And Jerry's just a nickname?
Oh yes, Jeremiah shortens to Jerry, as many names do. Many names have short forms.
He only mentioned his nickname, in the sense of Jerry.
Yes, he hated being called by it, but everyone referred to him by it all the same.
But he instructed us to go to a lab that's hidden away in the junkyard. Though we're gonna have to ask someone for the keys to it. Though we're gonna have to try figuring out how to, one, ask for the keys, and two, prove that the missing Jerry sent us.
Well, I don't have much advice for that, but if you run into Spike and Rex, let them know that they're good boys.
Spike and Rex?
The dogs. Most junkyards employ a pair of fairly large, mean, nasty-looking dogs to protect the boundaries.
Hmm.
Spike and Rex are the ones Scruffy keeps.
Do they respond to names really well?
Well, yes, they know their own name.
Hmm.
I mean, sometimes they think they're the other one, because they're always together, but, dogs are dogs.
Okay. So, I'll keep that in note in case we do see the dogs. I'll give them a good hi.
Yes.
Just double checking it's Spike and Rex.
Spike and Rex. Good, strong, scary names to keep trespassers out.
Okay. But yeah, it's just it's been weird. Rob, had anything weird occurred that would happen when I would daze out, other than the weird drawings I would tend to do here and there?
Oh, nothing too strange or out of the ordinary, he says, sitting at his kitchen table. If you look just above his head, a little toy train runs, just below the ceiling, stops. A little, drinking bird dips its head into one of the carts, then it keeps going.
You sure?
No.
Like-
Well, no. No, I'm fairly certain.
Mm.
He again takes a drink, and a fucking peacock just, walks by the sliding glass door.
Is that Peacock?
I have plans for that. I'm sure the mayor will notice soon enough.
What plans do you have?
I'm sure he'll tell me I have to get rid of it, and then the fun really begins.
What fun.
I won't know until I see what rule it is he's tried to make me get rid of it. In the meantime, though, he's not getting much sleep because of it.
Oh my god, Rob!
Oh, it's all in good fun.
You do. I feel like you try out crazy the shenanigans you do each time you guys do this.
We have good days and bad days. I feel like this one in particular will be good, but we'll have to wait and see.
But I actually did follow Riley to his room, which is the basement of the old house.
Ah, that would explain where she was keeping him. If he simply lived in the main house itself, people would have seen him by now, coming and going and all that.
Yeah, there's a door in the back to the basement. And it's not much. There's like a sleeping bag. What looks like tallies on the wall. He says he stopped by the library a good number of times. On getting books and such.
Must be pretty well read then.
Most of the books seem as if he's still learning.
Well, if, as you said, he's not part of the school system, and I don't believe he is, suppose he has to get what learning he can where he can.
The place in the cave was really weird. It wasn't. Everything was metal, and there was walls that seemed like bookshelves, but also maze-like in appearance as well, with lights or buttons throughout the whole thing. And on the ceiling there was a star map. And right underneath where the sun was in the star map was the throne where we spot the skeleton, aka Jerry. Mm. When we spotted the skeleton, I couldn't help but notice he was directly looking at me the whole time. And
Oh, you are an
until
interesting individual.
I don't think I am.
If nothing else, consider the company you keep. Again, this
What?
a suit of armor in the background flips its visor open and a bell chimes.
Kelly looks
seems
back.
You've reached the hour.
What? Kelly stops herself right then and there, knowing Rob's habit. I was about to say something, but I caught myself.
Yes, maybe it's about the company you keep, he says, as more weird things happen in the background because you are inside his house of all places.
I feel like I should bring my friends here at one point.
Maybe. I'd certainly appreciate the company.
Anything crazy going on with you?
Well, other than the usual, no,
Mhm.
not really.
Oh. Uh, any other advices on Junkyard? Other than saying hi to Rex and Spike, I believe it was?
Yes, those were the names, and well, make sure not to cut yourself on any rusty metal or anything. You also
Well,
are just you can also just never be certain what you'll find in the junkyard.
so try keeping your eye out then? In the sense of things?
Yes.
Or my eye out. Is it okay for me to chill out here until
Well, I suppose.
seeing how I missed a majority of school anyway?
Yeah, I suppose that's fine.
I did tell my mom that if I didn't show up at school, I was probably stuck here, so.
Makes sense.
Yeah, after the 10th time, I accidentally asked about one specific item and you let off in a whole day's worth of stories about that singular item.
Indeed. What was it again?
I'm not praying. I'm not saying anything. I was gonna keep my mouth shut this time.
It's no fun. But anyways, yes, you're more than welcome to spend some time here and recuperate.
And with Kelly finishes up her tea and hangs around Mr. Rob's place.
All right. And I believe we are actually a good bit past the normal 3-hour mark at this point.
Yeah.
It was certainly fun though. Agent, are you still awake?
Hello, I'm alive.
Oh, hey, look
he
at that.
lives.
Holy shit, you survived.
I'm honestly surprised.
Ouch.
Well,
Fuck you guys too.
You said you were in your bed.
Yeah, it was comfy. Okay, my
I
sweatshirt
assumed you would have passed out by now, to be honest.
I would have if I hadn't started browsing memes.
That's fair. So let's go ahead and quickly get some experience handed out, and then we can discuss things. I'd like to get any last important business done, just in case Agent does pass out. And so Agent has my permission to pass out, I suppose, as well.
Oof, you don't have permission to sleep.
All right. Everyone open your sheets.
Mhm.
Kuma, you have your sheet open, yes?
I do.
If you scroll down to the very bottom, there should be a little experience section.
Yep.
So how this works is I ask 5 questions, and for each of these, you have a good answer for. You just click one of the boxes. So you can end up with up to 5 check marks by the end of these questions. And if you have 5 checkpoints now or later or whenever, you can up one of your skills by 1 point to a maximum of 5.
Yay.
First question. Did you participate in the session?
Yes.
Yeah.
That should be a yes for everyone, so everyone gets a point. 2. Have you been in trouble because of your problems or your relationships?
Uh,
Yes.
I was about to say walking into electric cave.
Is that a yes for
Dangerous.
everybody? In that regard?
Yes. I suppose I will allow it.
Okay.
Quick thing, respawn. I have no more slots for experiments.
Why haven't you been spending them?
I was about to say,
Is that-
spend that shit, boy.
Because I forget to.
oh my
You might
god.
want to do that real quick then before I keep
Just-
asking questions.
Dump them and sneak. No.
I mean, I could. It'd be kind of funny. Go ahead and put that there, I guess.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you use or struggle with your pride?
Yes.
No.
Would leading us through and out of the cave count?
I suppose so, yes.
Think so. No.
I don't think I had any issues with pride.
Oh well. Well,
I would
actually,
tell
I'd say
yeah.
I'd say you both can. Because Trevor, yours is putting your friends before yourself, and you were there with them all the way, despite
Okay.
the danger. As
And
for
three
Riley, you
shitty
did learn what was going on pretty quick. You learned about what was going on, about how the thing worked.
Yep. Okay, I guess so.
So that's that. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids? I'd say you all get that one. Again, going into a dangerous area.
Yeah.
Lightning cave.
Lightning game. Lightning map game.
So I believe that means that all of you should have 4 points.
Mhm.
Hella.
Well, it's time for the last question, and we'll go one by one. Have you learned something new, and what is it?
I can go first. Um. First off, Eleanor Rigby should have been dead, but she's around still.
That's a good one. Go ahead and give yourself a point. Who wants to go next?
There's a secret lab under the junkyard.
All right, that is worth a point. Go ahead.
We learned that Eleanor has a son, apparently?
I'll
So-
take it.
So,
I will take that. Go ahead.
my turn.
Kuma,
I
what
guess.
did you learn?
There are far more dangers than what Momo was letting on in the beginning.
You're referring to us, right?
I mean, if we're talking about you being a danger to yourself, I didn't need mom to tell me that for me to find that out. But no.
I will accept that answer. You can give yourself a point.
Okay.
Right. So if you have 5 points, you can spend them to up one of your skills. But that is pretty much it for the session itself. You're free to stick around and talk about things if you'd like, but other than that, I have no intention of keeping you here longer than you'd like to be.
Is there anything you will toss at us, like you did with me the last session?
No weird dreams tonight.
Okay.
I have something to say. So, Kuro's either an alien, a robot, or a cyborg.
The hell?
What if
Leave me out of this.
What if he
Why you gotta
wasn't
bully?
bullied?
Why you gotta bully the new guy, huh?
What if he
Why you gotta
wasn't
bully?
bullied?
Why you gotta bully the new guy, huh?
Or he's
I
some
just
form of
came
monster
here.
and human.
You're drinking the stupid juice and yelling at me.
Okay,
I'm-
stream. I'm gonna